Hi, tonight we're going to review math, everyone's favorite subject. I say all these no. Math is 10 questions out of your general 100 questions. So that's 10% of the test. Unless you are really good at everything else, you're probably going to have to know some math. And you see up here we've got about 12 things that they can test you on. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through each one of these, and then we're going to get some questions out of the book and work those as we work each type problem. Okay? Y'all good with that? Alright. This first one we're going to look at is prorations. Prorations, I'm going to start right there. Prorations. Probably you will have what's called a banker's year. A banker's year has 360 days. Each month has 30 days. So you don't have to, count on your knuckles like I do. January, February, March, April, May, all of them have 30 days. So it's not likely that your closing is going to happen on the first day of the month. It's probably going to happen the last week of the month. That's when you really want them to happen, because you don't have to pay as much prepaid interest. If you get it right up to the very last day, that's your goal. But the problem we're going to work with here, we're going to say it closes in the middle of the month. To keep it simple, we're going to say this is a proration problem where our taxes are $1,200 a year. Alright, we got to get it down to the month because we're going to be prorating by the month. So there's 12 months in a year, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to divide that, and we'll have $100 per month as taxes that we're going to have to pay on this property. Alabama, taxes are paid in arrears. That means behind. You've already lived there, and then you've got to pay the taxes the next year for the year you were already there. So our tax year goes from October 1st down to September the 30th. So that's our tax year right there. The seller, we're going to close this on January the 15th. Try to keep it simple there. I'm going to close it in the middle of the month so we don't have to get down too granular. But it closes on the 15th of January. The seller is going to owe for the taxes where they lived there and have not paid those taxes yet. Remember, they're due and they're not recorded, but they're the first in line to get the money at a closing. So this one, they were due October 1st. So he's going to have to pay, or she, y'all fussed at me the other night, the seller is going to have to pay the taxes for when they lived there. Up through January the 15th, because that's when we're going to close the deal. So they're going to owe October, November, December, and then 15 days in January. So we're going to have $100 for this month, this one, plus our half a month of January. If we had prorated this, say on the 10th, we would have had to divide the 100 by 30 and come up with a daily rate, and then multiply that by the 10 days to get our proration. But to keep it simple, we're closing on the 15th, so they got half a month there, and then the buyer takes over from there. They'll have to pay the taxes from that point forward. But the seller they've used it. So they've got to pay the taxes. It wouldn't be right for the buyer to have to pay the taxes back here where the seller was living there. Just not right. So we got $350 worth of taxes that are due on this property on the day of closing. Y'all see that? Y'all with me? Okay. Now the rest of the taxes from this day forward are going to be the buyer's responsibility. But this $350 is going to be a debit. Remember, that's debt, that's bad, that's what you owe to the seller. And it's going to be a credit to the buyer. What you're going to have probably a question like this on the test. They want to know if you know the difference in debits and credits. Debit is bad, credit is good. So the $350 the seller owes is going to go on the closing statement, and it'll just be a credit over on the buyer's side. All right, so we got all that covered. And prorate, the word prorate, that means part. Prorate and part, same thing. That's collected at closing. So now we've got all this covered. Closing here. Now when you close the deal, that means all the accounts are closed. We're not going to come back a week or a month later and say, hey, we missed this. We forgot to charge you for the taxes. Now the attorney's not going to forget anything. They do these all day, every day. So that money is going to show up on the closing statement as a credit to the buyer now. Also, the closing on January the 15th, we've got to get all the other money in balance, because loans go from the first of the month to the end of the month. They're a monthly. You don't pay your mortgage payment in the middle of the month. It's due on the first day of the month. So they've got to get the money in balance for that first month. All right, we've still got $50 off of January that we got to account for. So that $50 is going to be collected from the buyer at closing. It'll be a debit to them on their side of the closing statement. Also, the mortgage company, that's the mortgagee, the two E's, mortgagee gets the fee. The mortgagee is going to collect 2 months of property taxes, and they're going to collect 2 months of homeowner's insurance. And they're going to put that into an escrow account. Going to sit there, and the insurance will sit there. All right, they're starting this escrow account off with 2 months of it. It gives them a little cushion in case you miss a payment during the year. Because they got to have the money in their hand to pay it next year. They don't trust the buyer to pay the taxes or the insurance. So they're going to collect the money, so they're going to have a little cushion there to have when it's due next year. So that's part of our pity. Remember pity, P-I-T-I? It's a pity the payment's so high. Well, here's why the payment's so high. You got all these things piled on it. You've got the taxes. That's $100 that's on top of your principal and interest and your insurance. I could have put $100 for that. So your insurance is $1,200 a year. Then you'd be laying $100 in for that escrow for your insurance as well. Principal and interest plus the taxes and insurance will be your total payment. You don't pay just the principal and interest on your payment, you pay all of these things. Now, as the year goes on, well, back up, we're not through yet. We've got our accounts in balance as of the end of January. Tapping. There's where we are. We've got to get our money in balance at closing through the rest of that month. So January, so at the end of January, everything's in balance. February 1st, you won't have a payment. Isn't that nice? That's the only time, though, it's going to be nice. Every month from now on, you're going to be saying, ooh, so this February, there is no payment.
Okay.
March the 1st, our first payment is due. And it's going to have principal, interest, taxes, and insurance all in it. And these things are going over still into that escrow account for us. So when I get to the end of September over here, these guys, the mortgagee gets the fee. They've got all this money piled up in their safe, and they're going to transfer some of it over to the tax man and the insurance company. Now, these two parts of our payment never change. On an amortized loan over 30 years, it's level. Every month it's going to be the same. No matter what happens in the economy, interest rates going up and down, you lock this in here. Actually, you probably locked it in back over here at the mortgage company. You said, well, okay, I want to lock my rate in. That's where you locked it in, and it's that way for, if it's a 30-year loan, for the whole time. Now, these two items can change. You're going to have insurance that goes up, probably every year. Your taxes, probably going up every year. So these two may bump up a little bit. You may even get a notice from your mortgagee saying, you're short in your escrow account. We need for you to either give us $56 or put a little more on it each month, and they'll tell you. That's what I usually do. I said, you just adjust it by the month. Now, I don't want to write you a check for $56. I feel like I'm getting cheated.
Okay.
All right, so we got everything covered through here. You got a problem on a proration? You said you had some in the book. You wanted to. You got one more?
It's one that talks about what page closing. It was one talking about closing on November 15th.
Okay. What we're doing tonight is they're going to pull problems as we address each one of these, instead of waiting until the end and then say, well, what kind of problem was that?
You may have to come back, because I highlighted a bunch of math ones, but it was pretty much that same scenario, but it was November 15th, so I wasn't quite sure if you paying in arrears, the taxes in arrears, and you close on November 15th, are you just paying October and half of November?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because our tax year goes October 1st through the end of September of next year. So if you had, we would have just moved this line back over here to November 15th. So the seller would have had the October part of their taxes they would have due, and they would have half of November.
Okay.
But it would work exactly the same way.
Okay.
Do you know if it was number 14 on page 458? Because I have a question mark on there. I did not understand that at all. He talks about prorations.
Which one, okay, number 14?
Number 14 on page 458.
That wasn't the one I was talking about, but that'll be a good one to look
All right,
at.
what's the problem say?
It's pretty in-depth if you want to look at it.
You want me to read?
The closing date is August 10th.
Number 14?
Number
Yeah, I
14,
can read it out.
458.
Okay, how much interest will the seller owe the buyer for a closing date of August 10th if the outstanding loan balance is $43,580? Almost sounds like a square.
But yeah, that's
there.
a little bit more complicated than what.
The interest rate on this assumable loan is 6%, and the last payment was paid on August 1st. Proration is to be done through the day of closing. And it says use a statutory year. All right, this is two things we've already talked about. Statutory year is this, also known as a banker's year. That's 360 days in every year, 30 days in every month. Now, had they said calendar year, you'd have to get your knuckles out and count January, February, March, April to see how many days are in each month. What are they're asking for the interest rate on this? Okay, so they've already paid. It would work the same way.
Okay.
Everything would work the same way on a proration. Just whatever day you're dealing with, work it to there and then figure out how much of it was the seller. Now they were using an interest, an assumable loan, so you would have to multiply that interest rate times your principal to get that number instead of taxes.
Okay.
And instead of taxes, they're talking about interest that's paid. Work the same way. All right? Got another proration? And one of the things that we do here every night is record it. So all of this will be on the internet in about a day or so. So if you missed it, you say, well, I was thinking about something else when I was talking about that. Internet land out there can jump on there and look at them. We've got the entire course on there now. And what we're doing here, this is actually a review where they've asked, they said, we want to come back and do some more math. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Not those exact words, but okay.
I found the question.
Number three.
It's number 48 on page 486.
Okay.
A real estate transaction has a closing date of November 15th.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
So we don't
What we got? What we got?
Okay, so the seller who is responsible for costs up to and include the date of settlement has
Yes.
already paid the property taxes.
Yes.
The property taxes are $11,160
Okay.
for the calendar year. On the closing statement, the buyer will be, and so the answer was they will be debited. Cause see, we normally don't have, like in that scenario, the taxes hadn't already been paid.
Right.
So now the buyer owes the seller
Just
back
the opposite,
money.
yes.
Yeah, so that's kind of what threw me was that it went in the reverse because they had already paid the taxes.
I started to add a line down here about maybe something that was prepaid, maybe a homeowners association fee that had been paid a year in advance. It would work the same way, except this would be opposite. It'd be a credit to the seller because they've already paid it,
And a debit to the
and a
buyer.
debit to the buyer.
Cause I'm sorry for cutting you off.
We had one of these questions the other night.
Mhm.
It was, and we were using a process of elimination. We were looking for credit to the seller. And the first two answers, A and B, was credit to the seller. Yeah, credit to the seller. And the next one was credit to the buyer. And then the next one down there, they reversed them. So you were looking for the other things. So you got to be careful with credits and debits. Debits are bad, credits are good.
Yeah.
One in the book, on the practice test, it talked about the gas, the water, and the electricity for a year had already been paid.
Yes.
But I still don't understand that concept because those utilities should be based on the seller or person living it, because it seems like they would get a credit and it not actually be credited to the buyer.
Well, if it was, let's just say propane or something, that they've already bought, 1,000 gallons of propane, and they just put it in the tank, do you think they'd want some of that money back?
Yeah.
Yeah, this would work the same way, except now we've got where they've used it these months, and now this much is still left in the tank. So this is going to be a debit.
A debit to the buyer
Debit to the buyer.
and a credit to the seller.
No,
Credit to the buyer.
no, because
Yeah, credit
the
to the
seller
buyer,
used it.
debit
It
to
worked
the
just like
seller.
this.
Yeah, debit to the seller.
Worked just like this. Because he's already used it.
Right.
Here it's due. In that case, he's already used it.
Right.
So it's still going to be debit.
Okay.
Okay? We good?
We're good.
We good with prorations? Y'all not going to have any problem with prorations. Okay? If you get just go on the internet and watch this video again. It'll be up in a couple of days.
Okay.
All right, let's get this off.
Where's the eraser?
Oh, that's right. We got an eraser now.
You bought him one, girl.
I looked in 3 stores,
Oh,
found one.
God, it's so good.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at us go.
That's all right, girl.
Wow.
Yes.
They have no different color fingers and stuff.
We on we big time. We on the internet now.
Ain't got no piece of paper.
Look at us go.
Thank you, Lord.
All right, we got that one. Which one y'all want to do next?
It don't matter to me, because
What is made and paid? Made
Made and paid, all right?
What? Oh,
Made and paid.
1,000 for made to pay, Alex.
Made and paid is one of the ones that's confusing.
Huh?
The seller sold the home for $150,000 and made 50,000 on it. What was the profit percentage? Y'all remember that kind of question? Where are they gonna get you? And they're not tricky,
It's challenging.
challenging.
Yeah, right.
Yes, very challenging.
They fussed at me. Well, I had to go down and teach in front of these guys about, what, 12 years ago? And during my little presentation, I was having a good time. I said, you gotta watch them, they're tricky.
Don't say
And we got through and they critiqued me, said, don't you ever tell them that.
challenge.
We're challenging, we're not tricky. Well, this is one of those challenging problems
Challenging problems,
where they
okay.
really didn't, they gave you the information, but they really didn't give it to you.
So I'm gonna do the
Sure.
T.
You had a $150,000 sale
Right.
and you made $50,000 on it. Well, I tell you what, let's,
We're gonna drive with T.
yeah, let's get our tea up there.
He just wanna use them right.
Let's put our tea up here.
Okay.
All right. We sold, it was sold for 150,000,
Right.
and we made how much?
50,000.
50,000. So where we got to deal with those numbers?
The result is gonna be on results. Is that the 50,000?
Low's going to be on the top.
And then the sales gonna go over in the base.
All right. I'm guessing our results. We made 50,000. That's not the number they gave us, so was it?
No, it was 150,000.
They gave us
That's
150.
So we need the percentage.
So what we're going to do with that 150?
Put it on the base.
Put it over here. 150 here. Now, how would we solve that problem?
Divide.
Divide. What are we going to do? What number are we putting in the calculator first?
The top number.
The top number. 50,000 in the calculator divided by 150.
.33.
Okay, 0.033.
So you gotta move your decimal.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Two places.
yeah, that's right.
That's
You made
right.
33%. That's the same thing as
A lot of
saying
threes behind it.
33%. That's what they made on the sale. It's made over paid. You may get one of these.
Made over paid.
Made over paid. You paid. You made 50,000. But they didn't. They told you. What was how was that worded? The problem was worded.
You sold the home for 150 and made
They made
Yeah.
50,000.
Sold it for 150 and made 50.
50,000.
So, actually, that's not right, is it?
Wait,
Why isn't it right?
They sold it for 150
right.
and they
Sold the
made
home, they
made 50. So we got to subtract the 50 from
You
here.
made the
Okay.
100.
So the 100,000 is the base.
Go there.
100,000 is our base. So
They
now,
they just got us.
well, they challenged us, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
And they got you.
Yeah, they
Got
did.
me. I was just listening, thinking, hey, okay, let's follow this
Going
through.
along with it.
I just went right along with it. So what did they? What was the percentage they actually made?
They just hold on a minute.
So now you got to divide, put the 50,000 and the
And then
100,000, divide by the 100,000.
The percentage.
.5.
That's 50%. Y'all like that better?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
These easy numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the easy numbers. I don't want that to be $49,318.
And some cents.
Yeah, we got to learn with base 10 numbers. Work with those. All right, we got a made over paid.
Made over paid.
Got that one. And I got it. Look at that go! Wow! Look at us go. Which one you want to do next?
Profit loss on sale?
That's what I was.
Profit and loss on the sale
Yeah.
For $50, Alex.
for $50. All right. Profit and loss in a sale. Do you have a problem there that we can actually put the numbers in, or we just need to make numbers up?
We're gonna make some up.
Just make some up.
Mhm.
Alright?
You saw
You
one?
got something up here?
I got stuff highlighted, but I don't remember that one.
I'd rather do
I don't-
one than
let's-
let's find one, cause I
You
can
give us
use
an
it to
example of each
visually
one,
see
and
it.
then I'll make sure when I go back through my problems, because I
I
got
should-
them
I
highlighted.
think my cell's fine on this one.
Okay.
No.
Profit and loss in the sale.
We're gonna put the
Alright, let's
responsibility
make one up.
Yeah, for the sake of time.
The seller bought this house 7 years ago. And it went up in value 5% a year over the last 7 years.
Okay, slow down now. Seller bought a house 7 years ago, and they made,
And they bought it 7 years ago, and our prices have been going up 5% a year, every year. All right, this is not an accounting class, so we're not gonna get into compounding interest. We're just gonna deal straight numbers here. So, they bought, so what did they buy it for? What, yeah, so profit on sale, all right, they bought it.
200,000?
All right, let's just say they bought this house for, you want 200,000?
yeah.
That's gonna be our big number. Big number always goes down here, little number goes up here. Except for this one exception that we're working. This one exception, our big number's gonna be on the top, because we're dealing with a profit. If we were dealing with a loss, we'll do one of those in just a second. If we're dealing with a loss, it'd be big number, loss is gonna be little number top, big number on the bottom. But we're dealing with a profit this time. All right, so what have we got to figure? We got 7 years, 5%. Okay, how are we gonna deal with that? Just 7 times 5? What else have we got to put there? What else, what's the other number? We've done one of these. We've done a bunch of these where we had to put a number here.
Oh, 100?
100, yes, we're doing 100%. 100%. Now, this is a gain, wasn't it? Didn't they say it was a gain? So,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be 100% plus the gain. We've done this before. Y'all gonna embarrass me in front of the real
No,
estate.
that's why we have a review. That's why we have a review. That's why we having a review.
So what will this number be as a decimal?
3.5?
No.
Let's see.
35?
Yeah, we got a 35 there.
Oh.
So 100 here, but we gotta convert it to a decimal, 1.35.
Oh,
It's worth 135% of what it was worth. Bought it for 200 and it's gone up 5% every year for 7 years. So we gotta add that to the 100% because it started out at 200,000. That's the 100%. Now we gotta add the 35% that it's gone up to this. All right, now we got it in our T. So what we're gonna do with it?
We're gonna multiply.
Multiply it straight across. 200,000 times 1.35. I see that calculator finger going there. What you got?
I got $2,700. Did I do that right?
No, I don't think so.
270,000.
That sounds
Went up,
better.
yeah. What did I do wrong?
Got your decimal? Did you put your
Y'all,
decimal?
did everybody else get 270?
270,000.
Yeah, okay. This is a profit. Where were we? Profit loss. That was the profit. Now, let's
Profit.
change it.
Okay.
Y'all want to use the same numbers? Come on. Use the same numbers. All right, the house has gone down in value 5% every year for the last 7 years. Y'all good with me there? Okay, so we're just gonna put 7 times 5. Y'all good with that? 7 years, 5%. But this time it went down in value. So instead of a plus, we're gonna have a minus. Still got our 100%. So now what have we got?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's 55.
0.65, exactly. We're back to our T. What are we gonna do? They're
Multiply.
both on the bottom of our T. We're just gonna multiply straight across. 200 times 0.65. What do we get?
200 times.
Probably gonna be 100.
130,000.
130,000. Sounds good to me. Y'all see how that worked? Now we're using nice base simple numbers here, base 10s. You're not gonna get an easy one like that. They're gonna give you like $137,218.
And a half, yeah.
Yeah, and 50 cents.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
It's 52 cents.
Just stay
don't-
calm, right?
Don't worry about the number.
Yeah.
Just be able
Just
to
stay
put it
calm.
in the formula. This is a picture you're putting in your head, a T. We've all seen a T before. We know what they look like. All we gotta remember is the stuff on the top gets divided by whatever's on the bottom to give us the other number.
So this is a loss.
This is, yeah, this one was a loss. We did the profit,
Now we're doing a loss.
that was the loss.
Can we do this one?
All right?
It says if a home that cost $142,500 3 years ago,
What page is
it's
it?
it's the
Homework?
final exam.
Last
Study
Alright.
packet.
Yeah. So if a home that cost $142,500 3 years ago is now valued at 127% of its original cost, what is the current market value?
Okay,
I don't know which.
the numbers you gave me,
Oh yeah, sorry.
I was hearing
Oh, so
numbers, but I didn't.
3 years ago, it cost 142,500,
500.
and
Okay,
it's now valued at 127%.
okay.
127.
So that would be like it was 100% plus the 27%, so it's 127%, right?
Okay.
Y'all got that?
Yeah.
Same thing we just did.
Okay.
What's it worth today?
Multiply.
Multiply it across. Now see, that's more like the number you'll get on the test. It
Yeah.
won't be a nice even number. Some of the even numbers you just do in your head.
180,000.
180,000. That's our results.
975.
Oh.
Yeah, 975. 180,975.
$975.
75, yeah.
Okay.
And then also put in that it was valued at that price 3 years ago. So I think that's like, trying to throw you off.
That was,
balance.
yes,
Because
that's
you
a
kinda think
distraction.
that
That's,
it needs
yeah,
to be
that's
done.
information you don't
Yeah,
need.
that's a distraction. It was Tuesday afternoon, temperature was 40 degrees.
Okay.
And you had fish for lunch.
Yeah, and I think that's what my problem is, getting past the distractors when I'm pulling out the information. I may get past 2 steps and see 2 answers, I'm going, oh, I'm finally finished, I'm so excited. And then when I go and check the answer, I needed to do at least maybe 2 more steps to get the right answer. So that frustrates me, that really,
Now,
I feel you, girl.
all the problems we do in math, all of them, except this one, where this number is over 100.
right.
The big number will be on the top with this one, little number on the bottom. That's the only time you'll ever have the big number on the top, is if this number is over 1.
Okay.
So, here's the deal. If you put it in the wrong place, let's just say we had to put, let's get rid of this, and first number they gave us is the house has gone up 127% of the original cost. That's the first thing they gave us. right, well, our rate always goes here. It never ever, it doesn't get up here, it never ever moves, right here. So, the other number was what?
Oh, the house number?
Yeah,
142,500.
142,500. See, we put that in the wrong place.
It's gonna look squirrely.
So, we're gonna put that in the calculator, hit the divide button by 1.27, and what's it gonna give us?
Ooh.
100, a bunch of numbers that don't look right.
1,204.72.
12,000.
112,000.
112,000.
204.
$204, okay. That's
So
kind of
that
what I
would
was
be-
expecting.
So
No.
that, so
Yeah,
it
so
went
that-
down.
that
So
would be
we supposed to.
Put this in the calculator
142,500
and divide by 1.27.
divided by 1.27. 112.
That's what it gave us?
Yeah.
I think
So
it's demonstrating that that isn't correct, so that, because it gave us the answer, let us know that it wouldn't go at the top.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Cause it made, it was a loss rather than a
Gain.
gain.
Right.
if you put these in the wrong place,
Right.
Maybe.
It won't fit, it didn't fit the math, math problem.
It didn't fit the T.
Well, it just didn't make sense.
it's confusing me right
Cause
now.
we don't have it
too.
written down, we're just making up numbers.
Cause it's supposed to go, isn't it supposed to?
This is what I expect.
Right, this
I
is
expect
supposed
the
to be-
big and the little because this is over one.
Cause we're doing profit, right?
Yes.
Okay, and
It'll
that,
be
so
just
that
like a
made it as
profit.
though it was a loss. That's why it's not correct, it's
Okay.
not correct.
Now, I'm with you now.
So that, cause it went down
I'm
rather
with you
than
now.
up. It's weird
Y'all
when you
know
don't
I'm
actually,
easy to confuse.
well, it's hard when you don't actually have it written down. You
Yeah, that's
just
what I
making
was
up
trying to
numbers.
hear numbers.
Yeah.
Numbers up. There's your-
Alright,
Okay, so that's made, no,
Alex.
that's profit and loss on sale.
$5 will take topic.
Yeah.
They actually sent us, but the Jeopardy game that we played,
Yeah.
they made that up for us and sent it to us.
Okay.
Y'all thought I did that, didn't you?
Yes, we
Yeah,
thought you
we
was
did.
smart like that.
You always disguise something.
I gave them credit when we played this, and the Real Estate Commission gave us this. You can go back and look at the video.
Add commission, Alex, for 100.
Add commission. All right, add commission. Okay. Our seller says we want to net $100,000. Add your commission to the price. How are we going to deal with that money?
7 to net.
So the 100,000 should be on the top.
Okay, I'm liking the 100,000 on top. That's our results.
Okay. And what, and he said,
He wants you to add your commission to
Okay,
the price.
Do we know what the commission rate is?
Let's just say it's 5%.
Okay.
okay, so then the rate gonna be on the right hand side.
We gotta, since it's a percentage,
Gotta change
we
it to
gotta
decimal.
deal with it right here.
So 0.05.
Okay, we got,
Oh,
0.05
But we need to subtract it from 100.
from 100. Yes, 100 minus 0.05. So what is that?
95.
0.95. I always put a 0 in front of mine so I can just kind of remember there's a little dot there I gotta deal with. That's all we have to do with this problem.
So,
We've set it up, and if you can set it up, you're home free. Now all you gotta do is put the 100,000 in the calculator, hit the divide button, and then 0.95.
so why are we subtracting that from 100?
Because he's not getting 100% of his commission, of his sales price. He wants to get $100,000, walk away from the table with $100,000. This is not a net listing.
Okay.
The seller wants to net a number. A net listing is the seller says, you can have anything over 100,000.
Right.
Here he's saying, I want to walk away with 100,000. Add your commission to that. And they think the market just works that way.
Yeah.
doesn't, but
So
let's- for math, we can make it work that way.
So then the
he's
sale
not,
price.
yeah, he's not getting 100% of his money. He's only getting 95% of it because you're getting 5. We always deal with our percentage and our rates here. No, don't ever put them anywhere else. Always here. So if you've got one like this, where we're dealing with a percentage, it's got to go here.
Right.
And it doesn't matter what the commission was. It could have been 1% or 90%. You'd solve it the same way. But here we're saying it was 5%. So and here's where you get messed up on this one. Is to say, okay, your commission is 5%.
Okay.
So you just naturally think, well, 5% of 100,000, I just got to add $5,000 to that. And it'll be $105,000. And I promise you now, you have your answers down here, A, B, C, and D. One of them's gonna be $105,000.
But that ain't the right answer.
No, because you've been
Did you
to
hear
this
who just
class.
said that?
You-
All right.
But they will give you the opportunity
But that is
to
not
just
right.
add that on there. Don't. Put it in our T formula. 100, now we got 90, now who's got the calculator?
105,263. Don't forget who said
105, 263.
that. Who said that?
105, 263. That'll be one of your answers. Now I have been told, I don't know this, you may know this, do they put these in numerical order?
Or they just
Or they
throw
mix
under-
them up, or is
They
it-
probably mix them up.
I can tell you that I do not know that.
Somebody told me one time they put them in numerical order, but
And they might,
I cannot believe I just did it by myself.
they'll give you the answer where you could work it wrong. Any way you could work it wrong. They've got mathematicians. In fact, y'all had a person that wrote the test came down and talked to us one time. They were a mathematician. They had a PhD in statistics. You think they know how to work it every way? No. And they'll have every way you could work that wrong down there. But if you work it like this, you're gonna get it right every single time. Okay.
So that was add commission.
That was add commission. Why don't we do the other one that relates to that one? We got our add commission. How about we do the add buyer's closing cost? You get that a lot. In the contract, we're gonna look at the contract and it says, seller to pay $5,000 of purchaser's closing cost and prepaids. I always put that in there. So, what we're gonna do? Where are we gonna, that's $1. This other time we had commission, which is rate. So we dealt with it down here. This time we're dealing with $5,000 in buyer's closing cost. So where are we gonna deal with that? Down here? No. We're gonna have a result that it's gonna sell for up here. And it's gonna be, let's just say, $100,000 sale. We're gonna have $100,000, but we gotta add $5,000 worth of buyer closing costs. So we've actually got to walk away. We got the closing statement's got to say $105,000. See that? Now why don't we use the same one we had before where, well, let's not use the same one because that'll confuse it.
You got that right.
Whatever confuse it.
Don't take much.
How are we gonna solve this? What kind of percentage we're gonna have?
What about six?
What's the question? I mean, how was it?
How much money are they gonna walk away with now? 95%? No, this is what we've already, they've dealt with all that other percentages in the closing statement. All we gotta deal with here is the seller needs to have $105,000 because $5,000 of it went to the seller's, the purchaser's closing cost, and he's gonna walk away with actually 100.
And we were talking about added buyer's cost.
So what are we looking for?
We got-
Okay.
We've got to, usually I do this and I put them both in the same problem.
Same equation.
Yeah, same equation, so let's do that this time. You're gonna take your commission off of here too. That would be 0.95.
Because it was 100, but it got you 5%, made you 95.
Yeah, he's gonna get 95% of this money. So now we're gonna put 105,000 in the calculator, divided by 0.95.
So that's 110,526.32.
0.32. And now here's the wonderful thing about this. When they tell you to add your commission to it and add the closing cost to it, and now instead of having a $100,000 sale, we got a $110,000 sale.
So
And your commission was figured on that.
Yeah.
So you're actually going to get commission on these extra two numbers. Now, if we had done it just 100%, instead of taking the commission out, it's 105, that's 100% of the money he's going to get. So that would be 1.00. What would our number be over here?
So you're dividing the
105.
the 105,000 by the one.
Yeah, this is an easy one. This is a base 10. One into that. Our price should be 105,000. That's what he's got to net. That's what he's got to sell it for to walk away with that.
To walk
Alright?
away with the 100,000.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright, moving on. What's next?
Principal after second month rate table.
Would you say?
Principal after the second month. Okay, we got a handout.
Or did you want to go ahead and finish working the commission over there? You got a
Alright.
commission over there, then we'll do that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
we got
that's-
sale price too, because they
You
all
see that
kind of go
commission right
together.
there?
Yeah, this is the where we started with math.
Okay.
Points,
Mhm.
Yeah.
same, still we're in the T. We're gonna have a problem. Let's see, you paid, let's see, $1,712 in points.
Okay.
And your loan, points are paid on the loan, not the purchase price. So our loan was, let's just say, $100,000.
Is it like 80% maybe?
Now,
This is like question 16.
this is for points.
16.
This is,
But if you,
Wait,
so
wait.
that is the loan is the 100,000.
yeah, the loan's 100,000.
Okay. Mhm.
Remember our discount points?
Mhm.
That's when the interest rate's going up faster than the markets, they're wanting to advertise it. So they've got to charge you some discount points so you'll get to this level. An example is, you see the ad on the TV, interest is 3.99%. But there's going to be points to get the 3.99% because today's market rate is 4.25. So they've got to get that money up front. This is how they get it up front,
50 points.
is with this. We could do it backwards. Let's do it backwards. You got a $100,000 loan and you're gonna pay 2% discount points up front. How do we deal with 2%? How would you write that?
0.02.
0.02.
0.02. Now it's a multiplying problem, just straight across. How many points did we pay?
2,000.
2,000. You're never gonna get one that easy.
Yeah. On the thing, it's pretty easy. Cause you
Yeah?
have the loan.
Once you see it.
When you have the discount like whatever the seller paid is your result. So
Mhm.
that'll go up top. And then you would just do it the same way.
Little number,
Yeah.
big number. The way you're gonna probably get it will be, let's just confuse it a little bit.
I think I did.
Put it more like how you gonna get it. You paid $1,500 in points, and that was 3%. So we already know how to do that. 03. How much was your loan?
$100,000, that's said.
Well, we're gonna put
divide, we got
Okay.
to divide the
Oh, that's 15.
right?
1,500 by
Yeah,
the
1,500 divided by
0.03.
Yes. And how much was that loan?
50,000.
50,000? No matter what numbers you're given, in fact, you're gonna be given two.
Yeah.
You may have to work at one of them to get that one. Like when we had to work with our
Right, 100.
commissions down here coming off 100. You may have to work with that to get this number. But you're always gonna get the information for at least two of them.
Two of them.
Or for two of them, not at least. Get three, you say, okay, I see the answers down there. But it doesn't matter which two you get. We can, let's see, we solved this one that way. We can solve it that way. We paid 1,500 in points. It was a $50,000 loan. How do we figure out how many points we paid? It's
1,500
1,500
divided by
divided by
50,000.
50,000. And I'm just gonna make a wild guess, that's 3 points? You're more likely to get something like this. You paid $2,222 in points, and your loan was $173,280. That's more like what you get. Some of these, if it was simple like that, you could look at the answers and kind of pick it apart and figure it out. One like this, you can't just look at it and guess. Even if you got the answers down here, you still won't be able to guess this one.
Right.
You're gonna have to put that in the calculator, hit the divide button, and then put that in the calculator, and it'll give you a number over here. Did anybody do it?
Is that 172 or
Right,
173? Oh,
173.
173.
It done got cold.
Yeah.
It's now 173.
My writing, when it gets cold,
I
it's a
know.
little harder to
I
read.
know.
Sometimes I can't read it after it's been up there a little while.
Oh, my.
But we'd put 2222 in the calculator, divide by 173,280, and what'd we get?
0.013, I guess we're rounding up.
Okay? Sometimes they'll tell you round up, round down. They'll tell you if you've got a round one, they'll tell you. You're not gonna have to guess on that.
Okay.
But that's how it'll be. It'll be an odd number that you've got to deal with, because some people can look at numbers and just, boom, I got them. They're not gonna do that. No.
You ain't gonna never hear me say, boom, I got it.
Boom, I got that one. Okay, that was good. Commission. Is that something that's important to you?
Yes.
Very much so.
And I'm gonna tell you, they're not gonna give you the easy one. You got a $100,000 sale and you got paid 5% on it. Not getting that question. But you see in a pattern here, they all work the same way. You got a little number, a big number, and a percentage. So, we got to figure commission. We made it was a $465,000 sale, and you got paid, let's see, you got paid $21,418. That's more like what you'll see. If they said you had a sale of $465,000 and you were paid 5%, that's like falling off a log. That's just straight across multiplying. You're not getting that question. They're going to say, here's what you got paid. Here's the price of the house. Because we don't know how to work backwards. We don't. But with the T formula, we don't have to know how to work backwards. You just have to have a picture of a T in your head and throw it up here. Did we get a number?
Yes, 0.46.
0.46.
0.46.
Yeah, it's gonna be 4.6%, but when you put it in
Oh,
the
yeah.
calculator, that's the number you're gonna get.
Right.
Remember to move your decimal over 2 places. Actually, 2 places. That's what you're gonna
That's
get.
right, isn't it? 0.46.
Yeah, it would be 4.6% commission.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
you got.
I got you.
All right, let's do another one of those, another way. The easy way. You got paid 5%, and it was a $83,000 sale. First thing you got to remember about your decimal places, because they're not going to say you got paid 0.05. They're going to say you got paid 5%. So you got to move that over, and it'll be 0.05. Now it's an easy problem. Just straight across multiply. I don't see any calculators.
Well, I'm doing, because my mind is thinking about something else. I'll wait till you finish that one, then tell you what I was thinking.
4,150.
$4,150.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all like that? Chances are,
You're not
on a
gonna
commission
get it.
problem. Oh, you had a question. Ontario, what was the question?
Well, when you get a commission problem where they split it between the seller got this and the.
That's where we're going next.
Because, you know, that's more like it. There's a lot of meat in that, and you know,
Yes.
you got to figure out who's getting what percent.
That's where we're going next.
Okay,
All right?
okay.
They gave you the problem. It was an $83,000 sale at 5%. So the first thing you had to know was move our decimal place.
Right.
All right, now I've worked and I've got this number. That's the commission I got. That we're gonna move over to another T formula, and that'll be our base. 41, that's our base number, and you split that with a cooperative broker. That's just real common in here, broker to broker referrals. They'll split, let's just say this one split 50-50. They don't have to split 50-50. You can split it any way you want. But let's just say for our math problems that it's going to be 50-50. So since it's 50-50, what number are we going to deal with?
50%.
50%. So it says 50%. What do we got to do to that number?
Move the decimal to the
Move
next
our
two
decimal
places.
over. So we got 0.50.
0.50.
So now it's 4150 times 0.5.
Multiplying.
Oh,
Yeah, we're multiplying. Everything across the bottom multiplies to get the top.
2,075.
$2,075. That was what your broker got. Now,
Would you?
let's do one more. We'll take that, I should have worked that way, but we're gonna pull that 2075, which is what your broker got, and put it right here as our new base. 2075, and your broker and you have a split of 80-20.
Okay.
You get 80, the broker gets 20. Now you got to pay attention to what they're asking you. What was the agent's check, or what was the broker's check? Which is an 80-20 split, and your broker got 20%. They want to know what your check was. So we're going to have to deal with, okay, how am I going to deal with that? We had 100% of commission, and the broker's going to take 20%. So we're going to take our 20% off there and have a 0.80. 80% is what you're going to get. Multiply straight across. And what was your check?
$1,660.
$1,660. Those pennies?
No
No
pennies.
pennies. Yeah, that's a weird thing about this business. You don't have a lot of pennies on these splits. You see what we did here? This was a 3-step problem. They said, you are paid 80% of the commission. Your broker split the commission with another broker equally. They may not say 50%, they may say equally. And the sale amount was $83,000. So they gave us 3 pieces of information, but we're going to have to get one to get the next one to get the next one.
Yeah, and that's where I got caught because I forgot to take the answer and put it over here and work from there. I always went back to the original where I started, so it was always wrong and I couldn't figure out, so what am I doing wrong? So now I see you take that answer and put it there, the next answer and put it there.
That's how your answers look on the test.
So I have the right answer.
Yeah, well, you worked it.
Yeah.
So we have
There's the
answers
answer.
at the different stages.
I'm through with this one.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah, got to pick the right one.
Right.
The right answer.
Yeah,
Right.
That's what I'm talking about, the right
So now, wait a minute, my broker split that money.
Right.
So I gotta deal with that. So, oh yeah, here's how I do that. There's the answer.
Yeah,
And that one's down there too.
yeah.
Right there. I promise you, every way you can work it wrong, they've got that as an answer for you.
Yeah.
And then they'll throw in one down there, 1,230. Yeah, I don't know where that one came from, but
It might be right.
that one, I know these others are not right. So it must be that one. I'm missing a step.
Wow.
There should be one more step that I forgot about. So gotta be that one. And you'll pick that one.
And it's gonna be wrong.
And just remember, it's not C.
Are we good? Alright.
Better than when I came in.
Right.
Alright, we got the commission. Sales price. What's that all about?
For 60, Alex.
Why are they asking about sales price? Aren't they just gonna give me that number? No, they're not gonna just give you anything. They're gonna say something like, let's see, how they gonna word this to figure the sales price. You got paid $8,000, or the gross commission was $8,330. Gross commission. And that was 5% of the sales price. So where are we going to deal with that 5% again? Over here. Never ever moves anywhere. Percentage always here. So it's 5%, so it's what?
0.05.
0.05. That's how you get the sales price.
Well, that makes sense.
Okay, it's that gross amount and percentage, okay.
So what's the sales price? How do we figure it? This number. No.
Divided by
I'm sorry, remember.
Divided by. Get you
So
some
it's,
coffee.
so it's 166,000. Ooh.
166,600.
600.
$600.
Bad 1666.
They're never gonna give you that one.
Yes. The deal one.
They're gonna give you this one.
Or they may even get nasty about it and say, your broker got this percent, you got this percent. What does that got to do with it?
They're trying to track.
It's the gross number you're looking for, the gross commission.
Yeah.
And they threw the broker got a split. No, they're looking for the sales price. And the gross commission was this. And they could have said, the broker part was $4,000, and that was half the commission. See where they can just add one more little step there? You gotta be watching for the little twist in this.
So when you get all that information, in my mind, the main thing is whatever the question is, you're looking for what the question is. No matter what all that's saying, I'm looking for what the question
Yeah,
is.
what are they asking me for?
Okay.
They asking me for the sales price?
Mhm.
If they're asking me for the sales price, it's probably gonna be our base number, the big number. If they gave me the commission, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be little number. It's never bigger than the house price. So whichever one they give you, if they had given you this and they said, we're gonna throw you a little softball here. The price of the house is $166,000, your commission was 5%. How much was your commission? If they give you one of those, you say, thank you. Absolutely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can I have some more of that, please? Good with sales price now? What else we got up there? LTV, that works in the same we're kind of working in right now.
Okay.
Loan to
User had that
value.
on that?
No, that's this one over here.
Okay.
Let's do loan to value. That's a real easy one to do.
Sure it
Okay,
is.
sure.
No, it's just like we've been doing. It's the same problem. They just got a different label on it. Loan to value. All right. Loan to value is what it says. How much will they give you for a loan based on this value? If you got a 100% loan to value, they'll loan you 100% of the purchase price. What kind of loan is that? VA. Could also be a
The USDA.
USDA rule. Could be either one of those, 100%. But you're not going to get a 100% question on the test. You're going to get one that says, you got an FHA loan for $93,518. Okay? We good with that? $93,418. And you got an FHA loan. So what have you got to do? You got to reach up in your head and say, what's the percentage for an FHA loan? And what is it?
3.5%.
3.5 down payment.
Oh, yeah. I meant down payment.
So your loan is going to be that 100% minus the 3.5. Let's see, 0.035. So our loan amount's going to be 0. What? No, I was right there. Oh, 3.5.
So,
No, I was right. I was right. Y'all making me confuse myself. You're taking 3.5% off of 100. So our loan amount's going to be 96.5%. Yeah, the half. Those are the ones that confuse me when I've got a 0.5% and I got to deal with the decimal too. So our loan is 0.965% of this. So what was our loan amount? I mean, yeah, what was our purchase price? Because that value is purchase price or the lower of appraised value. That's what the loan's based on, is the appraised value or the purchase price. The lower of the appraisal is actually what it would be based on. So what did this property appraise for?
$96,806.
$96,806. That's a loan to value of an FHA. FHA loan.
I got an issue.
Uh-oh.
I've been having problems when I subtract 100% from whatever percentage. My numbers have been coming up kind of crazy, so I'm not sure. I put the 100 in, and then I subtract the 0.035, and I get 99.965.
You may have
where am I
your
doing
decimal.
wrong?
You gotta.
You got it
subtract
formatted wrong on there. You can move your decimal in the format, go into the settings on your,
Okay,
and move your decimal place to 2.
Yeah.
okay.
And then sometimes you can multiply by 100 to get the.
Yeah, see, that's what I do, just put 100 minus, what is it, 3.5?
0.035.
Let me see, 100 minus 0.35.
035
100
minus
minus
0.035.
0.035.
So
See, that's what I
not
got.
right. That's what, yeah. That ain't
I
what
said,
just
y'all,
did.
y'all watched me mess up just, y'all saw me do it. I said, no, I know that's
Look.
wrong.
100 minus 3.5.
3.5?
Yeah, just the 3.5, which is the FHA.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did it from 100% minus the down payment amount. And that'll give us the amount of the loan. The loan will be 96.5%. That's 96.5%.
Gotta give you 96.5.
And see again, a little number on top, big number on the bottom. If you get it backwards, you're gonna get a really goofy number. Alright, that was a FHA loan. Let's just say we're getting a conventional loan. What percentage is that? 80%. Where's that going?
To the right.
And I'm probably gonna write it 0.8. I put that 0 there so I can say, that's 80. All right, we want to figure, what do we want to figure? We want to figure what the price was or what the loan was? Y'all tell me.
We haven't multiplied, we've been dividing a
you wanna
lot.
multiply?
So let's,
All right, you had a $122,000 contract price. Well, actually, its contract price was 122, and amazing, the appraisal came back 122,000.
Okay.
You'd be surprised how often that happens. So we're going to multiply straight across to get the loan amount, the loan to value.
97,600.
There it is. Y'all see how easy this is? Y'all worried about math? All you
Yes.
gotta remember is
I
what
got
a T looks like.
And I need to at least
Yeah.
get 8 right.
I get at least 8 of them.
I need to get 8 right out of the 10. That's all that matters.
You just gotta remember what a T looks like. And the rate always goes here. If you can just remember those 2 things, the math will all just fall into place. All right,
I'm glad I came back tonight.
let's look at another one. Let's see, what was that? That was our loan to value.
On the value.
All right, let's see, got those, got measurements, let's hold off on that. Precedent statement like that with last. Valuation, let's do valuation. Valuation is how we can come up with the price of the property if we know what it rents for and what investors want as a rate of return. This is an ROI problem. Y'all, I don't think have an ROI on the test. This is a salesperson's test. I don't think there's an ROI question on there, but you need to know how this works because you're going to be dealing with investors. An investor is going to look at how much money am I going to get. That cash flow has a value. So how do we figure that? Since we're going to have, we're looking for our big number, the price of the property. So that's what we're looking for. We need to know how much this property is bringing in rent. Let's just say it's renting for $1,000 a month. And they're not going to give you the annual.
so you're gonna have to multiply.
You're going to have to remember that they're not going to give you what you're looking for. You're going to have to work to get that. So $1,000 a month rent,
Times 2.
ROI is an annual percentage rate, a rate of return, annualized. So we got to do times 12 months. They may tell you, you're getting $1,000 a quarter. You're getting 2 payments, $1,000 semi-annual. Deal with it. Get it to an annual number. Here we got $12,000 in annual rent. All right, you can look up, there are booklets you can look up to see what investors in Birmingham, Alabama are willing to pay for a cash flow of $12,000 a year. There are books out there. But as you kind of get into this, you say, well, I can put it in the bank and make, what are you making the bank now? 1%?
It's disgusting.
You can buy bonds and get 1%. You're not happy with that. You're going to take a risk. Risk and reward are what balance out to give you this number. Let's just say you're happy. You're just really, really happy if you could get 5%. And that's not going to be. They're probably going to want somewhere around 8 or 10% return because there's risk. You're buying real estate that you're renting out to somebody. They're going to tear it up. So you need some more money in there to cover that risk. So you're probably going to want, let's say, 8%. Y'all good with 8? Okay. 0.08%. That's all we need to know. We got our T. We got our results. That's the annual amount of rent. And the investor wants to get an 8% return on that money. So how much will they pay for this property?
$150,000.
$150,000. Excellent. Now, you a really good real estate agent, and you got to looking at this deal, and you said, you know, I don't think we should offer them $150,000. I think we should offer them $130 and see if they'll take that. Think they'll take $130? God, who knows? If you don't ask, you ain't getting.
We're gonna learn how to do that in our negotiating class.
Yeah, we're gonna do negotiating. That's in post license, but we're gonna do it. You're a really good real estate agent, and you offered them $130,000, and they said, "I'll take it." What does that do to any of these other numbers?
It's gonna change your.
Is it gonna change the rent?
No.
No.
It's gonna change.
Is it gonna change your rate? Your rate of return?
Yes.
It's gonna change your rate of return.
So how are we gonna figure that new rate of return?
Divide the 12,000 by the 130,000.
Yes.
So it changed it to 0.09%.
Oh. Your buyer said, "Oh, you did so good. I'm gonna give you $1,000 under the table for this."
No.
No, I ain't got my license yet, don't try to get it.
No. Kick back.
Put it out.
Trying to have my name in the newsletter.
Yeah, we did that one night. We did the newsletter, and I had on a prisoner outfit.
Yes, we did.
It's all on the internet. I'm just throwing it out there. Everybody out there is like, I can't believe you're doing this.
Is it true?
Okay, that was, what was that?
Valuation.
That was valuation. Got it. All right, we got 2 left here, measurements and principal. Let's save that one for the last.
Which one?
Principal after the 2nd month.
Okay.
Let's do measurements. All right, measurements. How do you get square? This room is 12 feet by 15 feet. And we want to put carpet in here. Carpet's just got to be replaced.
Oh, no.
So you have to change that linear to square feet?
We got to figure square feet first.
180 square.
180 square feet. Why, look at that. That took you. I'm even waiting on you. I mean, she's 2 steps ahead of me.
12 feet by.
We got 12 feet by 15 feet, and that's 180. What kind of feet?
Square feet?
Yeah, the square feet.
Okay.
got 180 square feet. And we want to put carpet in here. And carpet cost $10 a square yard.
Oh, Lord.
Uh-huh. $10 a square yard. How much carpet how much is the carpet gonna cost?
You do some math.
Gonna have to, yeah, we gonna do a little math in math class. Yeah, I'm
The obvious, stating the obvious.
The problem is, which one?
Okay,
The problem is a long time since we were in the 5th grade and remembered what a yard was.
Yeah,
How many feet are in a yard?
12.
That's 12 inches.
What was the question?
How many feet are in a yard?
36, no.
36 inches?
36 inches. So how many feet is that?
One?
No.
You see what I'm working with?
I'm discombobulated right now. Okay.
I know how Jeff Foxworthy felt as a 5th grader. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Yeah, I know how many feet are in a yard. My yard's got 100 feet in it. A yard is 3 feet.
Yeah.
So if we got a square yard, we got 3 feet going this way too. So how many square yards, how many square feet are in a square yard?
So what is that, 3 plus 3?
3 times.
3 times.
That's 1 square foot. And so we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we got 3 feet by 3 feet. So how much is that?
9.
9 square feet in a square yard. That's why they're gonna get you. Because they'll have all these things you were just talking about. They'll have those down there as possible answers.
12 inches.
Yeah, 12 inches. They got it like that. They got one 18 inches, so I know it's not 12 inches. It must be 18 or 24. I don't know. Just pick C.
No, that's new math. That's the new math.
That was a D, I can't do that.
Don't pick C.
That's new
I'm a
math.
big D, all of the above.
They don't have all of the above.
never
none
seen
of the
shucks.
above.
Well, this is a sidebar. My son is in the 6th grade, and I figure I may be able to help him maybe another year with his math.
You sit over in here. We'll do
I would
math.
send him to you to tutor.
All right, so our question was, the room is 12 feet by 15 feet, and we want to put carpet in here that cost
$10
$10 a square yard. So how much is the carpet going to cost?
Too much.
So,
what do we got to do? We've got this number already.
180 square feet.
We got 180 square feet, and here we've got how many square feet?
9.
9 square feet. So what are we going to do?
180 times
Oh,
the
no,
9? No, divided by the 9.
Yeah.
180 divided by 9.
Times
Yeah, that'll be,
$10.
yeah, we got, what was our number?
Wait.
It's
180 divided by 9 was
That's 20.
how many yards?
That's
20.
20 yards.
20. Oh, that sounds like a lot.
Math.
That sounds about right. 180 divided by 9.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 20 square yards. And it was $10 a yard.
Right.
So how much is our carpet gonna cost?
$200.
$200. Now, check yourself by going from what you know to what's new. I'm sitting there thinking just right off 20 square yards, that just sounds like a lot to me. But I stopped for a second and kind of looked at the floor and thought, okay, yeah, 1, 2, 3, yeah, that's probably about, that may be right. $200, that sounds about right. Now, if I had to come up with $2,000,
They have to
For
be-
one
I would have
room?
said, yeah. I would have said, I got a decimal place in the wrong place.
No, you got plush carpet in the room.
Yeah, I got,
Got some burbles.
Yeah.
Burbles carpet.
Yeah. And then
So you have to figure out
with this, okay, so do you always use 9, 3 feet by 3 feet?
If it's a square yard,
A square yard?
square yard, and that's not carpet sold, it's
Okay.
by the square yard.
Yard.
It actually comes 12 feet across,
Okay.
and then you buy it, but they price it by the square yard.
It was one in the book, it was talking about a A-frame. It was asking about the, I think the cubic, the cubic,
You do the 1
feet.
divided by 9.
Ooh, I hope you don't get one like
and then it
that.
had that it was an A-frame and what is the tallest point
Yeah,
on the, I was like, oh my
I'm just gonna bypass
I
that.
think
Keep it going.
that's beyond what you would get on.
But it's in this, it was on
That's a
one of
more,
the,
that's a geometry,
Yeah.
but if you wanted to figure that,
no, but I was just saying it was on the practice test.
Yeah, like
Did
number
you see that
24
one?
talks
Just
about
put like a
cubic
star
feet.
and do.
Yeah, it talks about cubic
The main
feet.
thing is knowing that
the way when we did
Yeah.
cubic feet in class,
Uh-huh.
we did this room. What's the cubic footage of this room? All right, we decided it was 12 feet wide and 15 feet deep. So how many square feet was that? It was 180 square feet.
Oh, okay.
All right, now you got one more number you got, because it's cubic feet now. We're going up. Commercial buildings like Home Depot, those places,
Big house.
they're by the square foot, because they got what, 20, 30-foot ceilings, big old ceilings in there. But they figured those by the square foot, because that's got value up there. So this room, let's just say it is, I don't know, what is that? So let's just keep it simple and say it's 10 feet tall. So we got 12 times 15 was 180 square on the floor, and then we want to go up 10 feet, so that's going to be 10 feet more. So how many cubic feet are in here?
1,800
Cubic feet.
Cubic feet.
cubic feet.
1,800.
All right. I hope if you get one with cubic feet, I hope it's this easy.
I hope so. I really hope so.
But you got to remember, it's cubic. So
Cubic.
it's this way times this way times that way too. Now you just said an A-frame. Oh no. Can we figure that?
Cause it's gonna be, cause it was talking about the highest point on that roof line. And it had some subtraction on it too.
You'd want to draw that out. Draw it out. And here we got,
Really?
yeah, you would go from this, the top part there. All right, now in geometry, if we did it like that, isn't that side just like that side?
It is.
Yeah, but we talking about the point now. We talking about going up, right?
Yeah, she was talking about an A-frame.
Yeah.
Well, if this side's just like that side, what if you just pretended that side's not there, but it's actually over here?
Like fold it over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not over there anymore. We moved it. So now it's over here. Now we can take the numbers that we had
And double it.
and really we'd probably half it.
Half it, okay.
Because if this room
It's
had
not
an
there.
A-frame to
Yeah,
it,
it's not there, okay.
that part wouldn't be there and that part wouldn't be there, but we folded it in together,
Right.
it would be half of this room. Good with that?
Good with that.
Yeah, I hope we ain't got no cubic feet, cause I ain't with that.
More than likely it'll be something like this. They don't even give this on the broker's test. We can't do this either.
Oh, I ain't know, I thought they was supposed to do something weird.
That is weird. That is weird.
Okay, measurements. Let's do another measurement.
Let me give you one out the book.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. What would it cost to put new carpeting in a room measuring 45 feet by 20 feet? If this is page 475.
475.
If the carpet costs $16.95 per square yard, plus a $250 installation charge.
Plus
What number is that?
50.
That's number
Now, the
44.
45 by 20.
I think she,
475.
Okay, that's the same problem we just did.
That's 900.
Same problem we just did, except they put different numbers on it. We had a 12 by 15 times with the square yardage, we had to figure out how many square yards were in this room. So we still gonna have to do that, because this is, it said square yard. It said your carpet price is square yard, right?
Yeah, it's that square yard.
Square yard.
So
yeah.
square yard, so how many feet are in a square yard?
Oh, we just looked at that.
I know.
3 feet.
Don't tell me, Rich, don't tell
So
me.
it's 9.
9. So we got 9 square feet in a square yard. So we gotta come back over here and figure out how many square feet we've got, divide it by 9.
That's 900 over there.
40, this is 900?
Right.
900 square feet
Divided by
divided by nine square feet. No,
100.
yeah. We got 900 square feet divided by 9 will give us how many square yards?
100.
100. 100 square yards. That is times how much it is per square yard. So it's 100 times 16.95, that's $1,695 worth of carpet. Then they threw something else in there,
They did, $250.
$250, and that number you'd probably miss. Because after you did all this, you said,
You
"Ooh,
stop right
look at
there."
that."
Cause that was B was 1695.
Yeah, there was A, B, C, and D.
Like, I got it. Oh my God, I can
$16.95.
Right.
Right there. Over here we had 900,
Yeah.
and then,
And the real answer, it must be 1945, cause it,
yeah, it'd be this plus that. And what was that,
that was
1900
1945.
1945, and then you got 20.
And they had a ridiculous number, 15,200, they had 15,255. So you already know that, ain't it?
Yeah, but I bet if you had the decimal
$15,000.
place off one,
Oh,
that
yeah.
may be one of the answers.
Okay.
Okay? Same thing we just did. Let's do another type of measurement, and then we're gonna take a break. I don't know, we got one more problem to do, then we'll take a break. We'll be running.
Bless your heart.
All right? You've got a piece of property that is, let's just say it's 450 feet. And when you get a number 450 feet, which side of the property is that?
Hit your front.
That's the front foot. They always give you the front foot first. So you got a piece of property that's 450 feet right there on Easy Street. And let's just say it's 484 feet deep. Don't make it too easy. Now, property in this area sells for $30,000 an acre. That's about what property around here sells for. This is a nice area. You get out in the country, you can get it for $5,000 or $10,000 an acre, but this is prime farmland. Got a little stream through it. So, I got the front foot number, and then they gave me another number that I know is going to be down the side, and then they said it's $30,000 an acre. The question is, how much is your property worth? How are we going to solve that? What have we got to do first? I think I'd work with the first number they gave me. 450 times
484.
484. What'd we get? How much is that?
217,800.
217,800. All right, we got 217,800 what? What kind of measurement is that? Square feet. And it sells for $30,000 an acre. How much is this property worth? So what we got to do with this number and this number, those are two we're working with now. We've already We through that one, through that one.
You need to know how many acres.
We're gonna divide, yes, we're gonna divide this. One of these or one of these?
That's that
This one over here.
By the 30,000.
No.
'Cause
We're gonna divide it,
You're gonna divide it.
but what we gonna divide it by?
How many
Oh,
The acres.
How about y'all stopping at the 7-Eleven store and asking them?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
43,560.
Yeah,
That's why I write that down first.
ain't that what I've been saying?
Okay.
I mean,
You kept saying acres.
I know.
So we got an acre, 1 acre is how much? 40,560 square feet. That's the number we're gonna divide by. They didn't give us that one.
No, they didn't. Got to remember it.
No, they didn't give us that one. They gave us a number times it's this wide and this deep and it sells about 30,000 an acre in this area. How much is yours worth? Well, I'm gonna tell you, if you don't know how many square feet are in an acre,
Yeah.
and I hope y'all do by now.
Yeah.
All I had to say was 7-Eleven, y'all bam! Slam that one. That's why I teach you how many square feet are in an acre. You can stop at the 7-Eleven store. The 7 is 4 plus 3, and the 11 is 5 plus 6.
Oh, okay.
And so, and I also tell them,
Took her for a minute, but she said, oh, okay.
but I also tell them to take you a Sharpie and write that number on your hand.
If I tell them to take our test, it'll be a roll off.
Just remember it, and when you get there, and they give you, and you ask for the scratch paper,
Write it
Write it
down.
down.
make you your own little cheat sheet on the paper they give you when you get there. Like,
For those numbers.
just for things you can't, you're afraid it's gonna fall out of your head.
Like, what is that? I forget.
And
I
that
just
is
wonder
falling
how many
fast.
people actually know the stuff off the top. Because when I don't know it, I feel like I should, but I haven't seen it since the 5th grade. Like,
That's
you know,
why I
I
would.
yeah, right. Like, you should know.
I got shirts over here.
Probably. Right.
My goodness.
But I need to get a little,
I feel sorry for you.
You just got out of school yesterday.
I don't know what an acre is. I mean,
well, not the acre, but definitely you should know the yard.
so.
You know, just the basics.
You like, no, we just finished yesterday at
I know.
Well, we're still working on this one.
Okay, yeah.
What do we gotta do now?
We got the, I done missed all the
Multiply.
part.
You
No,
gotta
we're not
divide,
out
you
there
gotta
yet.
divide
I done got
the
How many square feet are in our lot?
43,560 square feet by the 217,800 square
And that
feet.
gives you how many acres?
5.
5. How about that? It's an even number.
Wait.
So this land is worth what?
Oh, 30,000 times 5.
No, you didn't just do that. You were making me do that.
That's what your piece of property is worth. Roughly. We're saying roughly because you're gonna be in areas that may be worth 20, 30, 50. It doesn't matter. They're gonna tell you what land in this area is worth. And that's what you'll have to do something like this, and you got to pull something out of your head that says square feet in an acre. I had that in real estate school, but I don't remember it. We got that one. Let's see if we can do one more measurement problem.
Using 5,280.
That's what we're gonna use.
What you said,
How did you know?
Because we hadn't used it yet.
You've been in one of my classes before.
Use that cheat
I get
sheet.
the 150.
Yeah.
Alright, a fence.
Oh, can I give you one out the book? Let's talk
Let
about
me do an example first.
So why you want to do the fence?
You got a fence cost $1 per linear, E-A linear, I can't spell now, linear
L-I-N-E-A-R.
feet. And it cost $1.25 per per square foot for materials.
Steve,
Mm-hmm.
here's this one. It's 77. That's what you getting ready to
This
do.
is 1.
77.
77.
It's highlighted.
What's the cost of constructing your feet 6 feet, 6 inches high around a lot measuring? Yeah, okay. All right, this is almost the same thing. This one's just a little more complicated.
Well, why you wanna
Because we're
go and
gonna
do
throw
a
something
foolish
in
thing
there
like
that you
that?
gotta pull out of your head.
You done pulled out a lot tonight out of my head.
Our fence cost $1 per linear foot to install it, and our materials cost $1.25 square foot for the materials, and it is 6 feet and 6.5 feet tall, and you're going around a section. Oh,
And you going around
a section,
one section.
one section. So what have we got to come up with first? We got to reach up in here and
A lot.
shake it like that, and something's gonna fall out. What is that number?
I'm gonna be scared.
5,200.
80. 5,280. Remember, Oak Mountain is 5 miles down Highway 280.
5 to it.
That's where they keep the sections. They keep them all the sections are stacked up on top of Oak Mountain.
Yep.
So you drive 5 miles down Highway 280 and you can see the sections all stacked up there.
Okay.
So we got that one, 5,280. Now, what's the next thing we need to do? We're going around a section.
Just a mile per mile.
That's where they're gonna get you, right there. Because you're thinking square foot, and you're saying the fence is going around a section. Well, so we're talking about square foot. So they're gonna give you the opportunity to forget that this square's got 4 sides to it. See that? Y'all say, I'll go back to one of those square foot ones. They're easier. Because we got to do a little more here. It's got how many sides to a section? 4. So we got to multiply that by 4. So how many linear feet do we have now?
Oh, 21,120.
120. Now this is this number, linear feet. Got it? Now, made it easy here. It's only $1 a linear foot. So what's our dollar figure here?
$21,120.
$21,120. And then our materials are $1.25 per square foot. And we got another number to deal with. How many square feet will this have? It's 6.5
Tall.
tall.
Oh, goodness.
Well,
Really,
what you gonna
Steve?
multiply? You gonna multiply 6.5
By 6.5?
times 21,120.
So,
137,280.
137,280.
Yeah.
That's how many, that's,
Cubic feet.
now this is our square foot. That's about one of these. And see, there's 6 of them plus a half. And it goes all the way around,
The
all the
yard.
way around.
The yard.
We could take a fence out if y'all want to.
No, let's stay right there. No,
So we got
the
this
yard.
number, and that's $1.25 per square foot. So how much is that?
That's time.
171.
171 even?
600.
600. Now we're just gonna add this one plus this one, and that's how much the fence cost. Ooh, a lot of steps here, and you had to remember a couple of things.
Your section and your.
You had to remember a section's got 1 mile, 5,280 feet each. And see, you've been dealing square foot, and they'll challenge you here to think, well, it's only got two sides. We're doing square foot because it says square foot. I saw it said square foot, so I'm just going to multiply this times this, and guess what? That number is going to be down there as one of your choices.
Yeah.
But that one, the 100 and whatever it was, 192,000,
192, 720.
720. That's the number you're looking for. But see, this was just a two-step problem, but you had to reach in there and grab a number that you had to memorize. The 5,280. Oak Mountain. Get to that section down there sitting on top of Oak Mountain. You could drive 5 miles down Highway 280.
528.
Okay. I think we beat measurements up enough. Y'all want to do another one? We can.
No, do
you get
principal
right
at
here.
the second month rate change.
All right, we're going to do this one, then we're going to take a break.
How about principal?
Principal after the second month. Okay, did y'all get the handout? 'Cause I got,
Pass one more. I didn't.
you didn't get one?
Cameron gave hers.
I'll let you have one too.
Oh, I can follow along. Thank you.
Now I don't have one.
Oh, here, take mine. Take mine.
Some of these numbers I know, but some of them I don't. Okay. The question is going to be, what is your principal balance after your second payment? Let's just start with the first payment. What's your principal balance after your first payment? If you can do that one, you can do the same one to get to the second. It's the same math. What do we have to know to find out what our principal would be? What kind of numbers would we need?
Interest rate,
We need the interest rate,
the loan amount.
the loan amount, okay,
The term, how long.
and
I think.
term, and payment.
Yeah.
Y'all got another handout there. We might as well do that one before we do this problem. The payment itself. You're not allowed to take a what's it called, time value of money calculator in with you. Good thing, because they could give you some really hard problems if you had that
I
calculator.
think so.
So they're going to give you what the payment is. They'll give you the amount of the loan, and they'll give you the interest rate. Okay? We got those three things. All right, so they're not going to give you the payment amount. So, how am I going to get the payment amount? They're going to say the loan is, say, let's just make up a number here. The loan's 5% for 30 years. You will have a loan chart. You got one laying right here. You'll have one of these. Y'all get one of the handouts? Everybody get one of these? Okay. You'll have one of these taped down on the test table right by the computer. You'll have this and a bottle of aspirin,
Yeah.
some Xanax,
Oh, yeah.
maybe a joint and some alcohol.
Don't need all
You're
that
just
right
moving
there.
on down the line.
Ooh,
But
yeah.
they'll have this one first.
Yeah.
If you can't do it, then you start, tell me to get out of here. But they're gonna give you one of these, and they will say the interest rate, and here it's 5%,
Yeah.
and they'll have the interest rate down here, and then they'll have, this has got a 15-year and a 30-year column on it. So they'll say 5%, 30 years. You just go down through here till you find 5%, and look over to the 30-year column, and it is 5.37. That's called the factor. The loan factor will be $5.37 that you'll have to pay back for every $1,000 that you finance on a 30-year loan. Y'all with me? That's a factor, loan factor. $5.37, so your payment on a $100,000 loan will be how much?
5% on a.
$537.
$537. You're just multiplying the thousands times the factor that it gave you. That's how the problem's gonna work. And then you'll have to work the next level of this one from that number. The one I've got worked up here, I tried to keep simple. This loan is $100,000. So you got a $100,000 loan. And it's at 12%. So, how much interest will be paid on that loan in 1 year at 12%? I should have left the T up there and put 100,000 right here. And 0.12 there. Y'all see it better now? So how much interest do you pay in 1 year? $12,000, right. That's how much interest you would pay in 1 year on $100,000. But you're gonna pay part of it down that first month.
It ain't gonna be that much.
No, it did. That's where we're going with this. Let's just say I had the rate factor chart, and the payment they gave me is $1,029.
Okay.
All right, so my payment, let's see, payment is $1,029. Okay, if this was what we're paying for a year, are we dealing with a year or a month here? Our payments are by the month.
Another month.
But we gonna.
So we gotta divide this
That 12,000.
Yeah.
into, and how much is our interest for that first month?
$1,000.
$1,000, right. That's how much interest we're paying for the first month. And our whole payment's $1,029.
What'd they tell you?
It's gonna take you forever.
It's gonna take a while, 12%.
How long is loan here? 60 years?
360 months.
We can go back in time 40 years, and that's what the interest rate was. 40 years
12%?
ago, it was 12%.
Yeah, but it wasn't on 100,000, it was on 10,000.
Well, your houses weren't as expensive either. They were like 60, 80,000.
It wasn't much.
But 12% in a 1 year is $12,000, but we're only dealing with that first month.
Right.
So we got $1,000 worth of interest that's coming off of our payment. We were given the payment. They didn't just give it to us now. They gave us a rate chart and said your interest is 12%, 30 years. And it would have given us a rate of, what would be,
5.37.
well, no, for that one, it would be,
Oh, 12%.
I guess it'd be 10.29 would be the rate factor for this loan. That's what the rate factor would be. So you're gonna get a chart that tells you, here's your rate factor, and then you multiply that by 1,000, or how many, your loan may not be 100,000, or it'll be 80,000.
Yeah.
You'll multiply it by the loan amount times the rate factor, and that's what your payment is for the first month, and the second month, and the 360th month. It's the same
All the time.
every month. Remember, the only thing that changed was
Your
what?
interest and your insurance.
Insurance,
I mean, not
yes.
interest, your insurance and your taxes.
This is just the first, this is the P and the I, the principal and the interest that we're dealing with on
It's
this.
constant.
So, we got $29 that we
Actually paid on it.
we paid our principal down $29.
We be
So how much do we owe now?
the whole
On that
thing.
$100,000.
Well, we don't owe the whole
Right, I'm
100 anymore.
saying, but how do we
We
have left of the 100,000?
Yeah, wait, a little bitty number way over here.
Yeah,
It's gonna be, one,
it's gonna be
Seven.
99971.
9, oh,
Mm-hmm.
$99,971 is what we owe the first day of that next month.
Ain't that something?
But the question's not gonna be that easy.
It said the second.
They're gonna say
The second month.
second month.
Okay.
Well, if you can do the first month, can you do the second?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I think so. So let's do the second month.
yes. So
Now
you
we've
take
got,
the nine.
let's clean this up. We got $99,971. That's our principal amount. So what do we multiply that by?
You fit by the 12%.
12%. Yes. And what would that be?
$999.67.
$999.67. That's how much interest we're gonna pay the second month.
Yeah.
First month, we paid $1,000 in interest. Second month, we're on our way,
Yeah, buddy.
on our way.
Mm-hmm.
So $999.67 from where we were there. So we subtract those, and what's that number now? I got high.
That's a good one, 99,971.
99,941.
999.
That,
I'm getting
Nah.
no, wait,
98,971.
that's how much we paid in interest.
Yeah.
That doesn't come off the principal.
Yeah, that's what I was
This
saying.
$999 is coming off of $1,029.
So that's gonna be, okay, well, like I said,
Oh, go
nothing.
back.
It's gonna be about 30,
Ain't gonna be nothing.
$29.33.
33 cents.
Oh
We're
my
moving up.
God.
$29
33 cents.
and 33 cents.
Whoopee.
33 cents. It's coming down.
Coming down
A
fast.
long way to go, but it's coming down. So that $29.33, where do we subtract it from?
The 99971.
So that's gonna be 99,941.67.
99,000,
941.
99,000, 90,
And that
I got $99,941.
41.
Got some pennies too, I bet.
67 cents.
67 cents. That is the balance after the second month.
Ain't that something?
And so this was really not that difficult.
No, not after doing it, it wasn't, but just listening to the information is overwhelming.
You can go back and look at it.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be on the internet tomorrow night.
Pause, play back.
Pause, let me take another drink.
Play back.
Exactly. Yes.
All right, we got that one? We good?
Yeah,
Better than when I came in.
All right, we're gonna take a break,
okay.
and after our break, we'll come back and we'll get some of those out of the book. All right, let's come back from break. Get my magic wand. Back from break. All right, what we want to do now is pull some questions out of the book and work them.
Okay.
Y'all gonna test me now, see if I can remember this stuff.
Yes.
You had, Ontario, you said you had some marked.
I do,
Mary, you said some marked.
yeah.
So let's get some of those that are marked.
Okay, well, on page 458, number 12,
Okay?
it says, find the number of square feet in a lot with a frontage of 75 feet, 6 inches, and a depth of 140 feet, 9 inches.
So I should be at .75. Is that what we got? We got 75.5 feet front foot.
75 feet, 6 inches.
Okay, that'd be 75.5, so we're gonna have to change those to decimals. Because I can't put a half a foot in my calculator. I'm gonna have to change it to what it is related to a
You
foot.
have to change it to decimals. That's
Yeah,
what's going
change it
on.
to a decimal related to whatever the foot is.
Okay.
So our front foot is gonna be 75.5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then our depth was 140 and
9 inches.
3/4. 9 inches is gonna be 75% of a foot.
Right.
Got the, y'all with me there? Got to convert it to a decimal. So what was our question? They wanted to know how many square feet?
It says find the number of square feet in
Okay.
a lot.
Okay? So we're looking for square foot. So how are we gonna figure that? What are we gonna do? Yeah, help her out there. Multiply. Front times the depth. And what is that number? I got your calculators close by, I know. Y'all, I've seen y'all use them.
So that will go in the T format as well, right?
Well, we could use, probably could, but it's just easier to draw it out sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Look at what you're doing.
Okay, so we're multiplying that times that.
Oh, I erased it.
Is that right? 10,626?
That sounds good.
0.625.
10,626 square feet. What percentage is that of an acre? How would we figure that?
560.
We can put this in the T formula to find out what percentage that is of an acre. Because it may ask you, how many quarter-acre lots can you get out of this big piece of property?
So we would put the 43,560 on top,
Yes?
and then the
Since it's a
10,000,
number,
the 10,626 on the left.
okay, and we're gonna divide, well, yeah, we're gonna divide this by this. And what's it gonna give us? It's about a quarter of an acre, I can see that.
I'm getting 4.09.
I don't think that's right.
Oh, I need to move my decimal.
I'm looking for, it should be somewhere around 25%.
I got everything you got, so I must be doing something wrong.
43,560 divided by 10,626.
I got 4.099.
4.09, oh.
We need to move
Well,
our
we already
decimal.
answered the
We
question.
need to move our decimal.
All right, just, where does the little number go?
On the top. So the 10,000 should have been on the top.
That's the beautiful part of the T. You put it in the wrong place,
It's
and
gonna
you
look
get a
wrong.
goofy number. Well, I was telling, no, it's not gonna be 4 something. In my mind, it should be somewhere around 25%. So,
So 10,000 divided by,
It's 24.
10,000, what was it?
divided by
626.
43.
626,
Yeah.
and then
Divided by
43,560. Now I'll get a percentage over here.
0.24.
Uh-huh, 0.24. I've
So a quarter.
just,
of an
yeah, just
acre.
looking at it, that's about a fourth of that. And in my mind, that's what I was expecting when y'all were giving me a 4 something. I'm saying, no, what's wrong? Oh, I see what's wrong. I put the big number on the bottom. I mean, the top. I put the big number on the top. That's a good teaching example there. That really was a good one. That shows you how you can, it's a self-correcting formula. Because all we had to do was reverse the numbers and put them where they should be, and it works out just perfect. That one was fun. Let's do another one.
Don't get carried away, Steven.
Okay, go ahead.
You got one?
I got one if you don't.
Okay. If, this is, number 37 on page 474. If the annual net income from a commercial property is $75,000, and the capitalization rate is 8%, what is the property worth if the income approaches you? Do we want to know what else?
I probably shouldn't have put that up there. I probably should, in fact, let me start this over.
What number is that then?
All right, I'm listening
Number
to your numbers.
37.
We got a 75,000. Where does that go?
75,000.
That's our results, isn't it? That's the amount of rent we're getting in a year.
Right.
That's our results. We're looking for the base number, which is what the property's worth.
Right, because
Now,
we
what
have the
Rob
percent and we have the result.
So
we
where's
need
the
base.
75,000
It's up
go?
on the top.
75,000 there. We did one of these just a few minutes ago.
And then 0 point, it's 8%, so 0.08
Okay, and where's that going?
on the right.
Always,
On
always,
the back.
always. That's one number you're never gonna put in the wrong place. 0.80. So what's the property worth? This number divided by 0.8,
It's D 937
937, something, 500. Y'all like that?
37,500.
93,750.
not 937.
Oh, that was right.
Yeah, 93.
Oh,
Yeah, it should be, it should be a little more than 10 times this much. Because if it was 10%, it would be 750,000.
We did.
So what was our answer?
Should be 937,500.
500. Now, had they given us this number and this one, we could have figured this one. And you can expect to be given the hardest way that you can figure it. But it doesn't matter what they give you. As long as you've got the T-square in your head, the T-square in your head, it doesn't matter which numbers they give you. You're always going to have a percentage here. And you're going to have to deal with a number here and here. Get them wrong, just like we did earlier, it's obvious they're wrong.
Did you say we're not worrying about E&Os? Because there's one in practice.
E&O insurance is not required in Alabama after 1987.
Okay.
A lot of brokers use it.
Oh, you mentioned.
This is a national test. I got this from Dearborn, it's out the book.
Oh, national test, okay.
And some of the states do require it. I doubt that we've got a question on E&O insurance here because we don't use it here. We just say, roll the dice. See how that works out for you.
Well, I have one, I got a question.
Okay?
It says, the question says, calculate 8 months interest on a 5,000 interest-only loan at 9.5%. What page is it?
Okay.
It says page 458, number 16. My question is, do I always find out what 12 months are before calculating the months the question asks for?
You will. So what was our interest rate?
Interest rate, interest on $5,000, interest only, loan at 9.5%.
9.5%. Where's that number going?
9.5 to the
I
right.
was.
Right over here, 9.5%.
Oh, number 16.
It's
Oh,
the
That's what it was, 9.5%. We got another decimal. Zip over here. It'll be
.09.
0.095. All right, so we got that number nailed down. What's the other number you said?
8 months
8 months.
interest on 5,000.
The loan is 5,000?
On 5,000.
So where's the 5,000? Where do you think it should go?
To the, over in the base?
Yes. So 5,000. This 5,000 is our principal amount times the interest rate, and all interest rates are always annual. So we're going to multiply 5,000 by 0.095, and what's that? 475?
Yes,
All right. Now, we only need how many months of?
8 months.
8 months.
8 months.
Okay, so how are we gonna figure 8 months here? We're gonna divide it by 8, or what do we really need to divide
See,
this by?
that's what really got me. It it threw me off. I said, what do I do with this 8? I got to do something with this 8.
All right, so how many, we got it, it's an annual rate, so we got
That's 12 months.
12 months. So we're gonna divide this by 12 months, and that will give us
multiply by
the
8.
monthly rate of, a monthly amount of interest.
39.58.
So how much is that?
Multiply by 8.
39.58.
$39.58,
Uh-huh.
and you need about 8 months, you said?
8 months.
Times 8,
Times 8.
What number is that?
$316.66.
$316.66.
I didn't know what to do with the 8 months. I didn't know what to do with the 8 months. That's what I just thought. Okay, I'm stuck now.
And they know that.
And the answer
do.
was in the drop down. So
Yeah, the answer, that answer's there, but also, that answer's
that's
probably
It
there.
is. It is.
And had you, divided by 8,
Yeah.
divided this by 8, that number would have been one of your answers. Any way that you can work it wrong, they've got that answer there for you. But you gotta be able to look at it and think, does that look right? All right, to me now, we've got 8 months out of 12. So that's a percentage of a year. 8 out of 12, what percentage is that? It's less than a whole year, but it's more than a half a year. So I'm expecting a number, in my mind, somewhere between this number and half of that number.
Okay.
And that one's there. So that would be a check in my mind that this is the right number. Y'all follow me there? I don't see any glassed over eyes yet. I try not to let anybody go to sleep.
So we don't go to sleep. We get brain freeze.
Alright,
I'm gonna give this one, it's 72 from the practice test.
okay,
And it says a lease provides that the tenant pays $760 minimum rent per month,
okay,
plus 4% of the gross sales
okay,
in excess of $150,000 per year.
alright.
If the tenant paid a total rent, want me to let you write the numbers down?
Now,
Okay.
I want to ask you a question after you answer it.
Want me to see what type of,
Yeah, what type of lease is this? You knew what was coming.
let me see.
What's this lease called?
Oh, what type of lease this is?
Yes.
Oh, let me see.
Is it a gross?
Gross sale?
Well, first thing, it's going to be a commercial lease, since we're talking about sales.
Yeah.
But what kind of commercial lease is it? Now, we had triple nets,
Alicia, what time are you on?
where you're paying
72.
all the TIM, taxes, insurance, maintenance. Or this one's gonna be a modified gross lease, where this is included in the rent, but then if you do really well in your business, they want some more of your money. And they can get away with that by saying, it's, your business is doing well because of the location and the way I keep the business up, and, keep the building up. That's why you're getting more sales, and you want me to keep the building up, so you'll get even more sales. So help me out here. I want to put another coat of paint on it this year, and if I'm not getting enough money, I can't do that. So we had $750 a month, was it?
Minimum rent per month.
Minimum rent?
760.
$760, you said?
Yeah.
All right, so let's just put that right here, $760 a month.
With a plus of 4% of the gross sales.
Okay, 4% be .04 of sales
$150,000.
over 150,000? Over 150,000. All right, now they're also gonna have to tell you what the sales were.
So it says that the tenant paid a total rent of $20,520 last year. What was the gross sales volume?
20,560, you said?
20,520.
20. Okay, that's how much they paid.
And they want to know what is the gross sales volume.
Okay?
Which is,
We gotta do 2 or 3 steps here. Now,
Okay.
we've got our information that we
Yeah.
need. Now, so we've got all our information. We gotta multiply this first by what?
that's by the year, so by 12.
By 12. And how much is that?
9,120.
$9,120. That's how much they would pay if they sold under $150,000. So they only sold $100,000 worth of stuff this year. Their rent would be $9,120 for the year. You with me? Okay? But they paid that much. Wow! Their sales must be good. So how we figure what their sales were?
Divide.
Well, first thing we need to
Look at,
deal with this number and this number.
so you add it.
Now we're gonna subtract this from this to see how much extra
Over,
rent they
okay.
paid.
Okay.
So, we need to put 9120 here, subtract that.
That's 7,068. I did it wrong?
I'm guessing somewhere around 10,000.
$20,520
Wait a minute, hold on, I ain't put enough
minus
zeros, hold on.
120. 11,400.
I ain't put enough zeros.
$11,400. That's how much extra they paid. And did it give us a rate, how much it is?
4%.
4%.
Gross.
Okay?
11,400.
So what we're gonna, how we gonna deal with that?
11,400 times a point,
Okay,
.04.
.04.
So that's how much they made.
Well, we may not, we're not sure.
Oh, not how much they made, but how much they paid.
Yeah, they paid this much more. Now, was that, do we divide that or multiply?
Multiplied didn't look right.
Uh-huh.
So we should have divided the 9120 by the
No,
11.
no. This is the number we're working with right here. We're through with the 9120.
So we working with,
The
Oh, we
11.
divided
400 times.
That times .04.
I'm multiplying, tell me what that number is.
Tell me the 11,456.
456.
That's
Yeah,
not right.
11,400 times 4%. How much is that?
456.
456.
That don't look right.
1,000 or
It said $456.
400? Does that sound right?
No.
No,
No. So
So the number,
what else can we do to this number?
Divide.
right.
If the multiplying didn't work, let's try dividing. So put 11,400, hit the divide button, 0.04 and see what that gives us.
285,000.
285,000. Now I'm liking that number better because that is way over that. And this one was way over that. So my head's thinking we're good. So 285,000, and we're still not to the number they asked us for. They want to know how much more did you, and what that question was? How much additional sales?
So what was the gross sales volume? So that was it.
Okay, well, that was our gross sales. They could have carried it one more and said, how much more did you sell over your base rate?
I'm glad they did.
Well, I was expecting that.
I was.
They're not gonna let you off this easy.
Oh, thank you, Lord.
Had it been that, we would have subtracted the 150 here, and we would have had extra sales of $135,000 extra above the 150.
Gotcha.
So how many steps do we have to do there?
15.
I'm just going to be real honest with you here. They're not going to give you any one-step problems.
Woo.
No, they don't give you one-step problems. You're going to have at least 2 steps.
I can do 2, but when I start getting to 4, I get lost.
Yeah.
I
Can
forget
you
what's
stay
lost.
outside the one that and help us or something?
Follow it down.
Yeah.
And try to see what exactly they're asking.
What, yeah, first figure out what are they asking me for? When you gave that to me, my mind heard what extra sales. I was expecting that. And they didn't ask that. I probably would have gone ahead and figured that, and I bet you that number would have been one of the answers.
It is.
It's, one of the answers is 513, but it's not 135.
They got 150 on there.
150.
Yeah. That's that right there.
So we solved this wrong? We don't have this as an answer?
No, not this week.
Well, where'd we go wrong?
We didn't go wrong because the answer is
No, we do have
285.
it.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah, we got the answer. Yeah,
You did another step.
Yeah, I was wanting to do another step.
Well then,
But had I done another step,
it
they
would have been
would have offered that answer to me as one of
the
the wrong
135
answers.
after you took the 150.
Yeah, they would have
Gotcha.
offered. They would say, "Hey, look at this one. That's the one you have. That's the one you figured. Take
Yeah.
this one."
I should do like this new eraser.
It's better than the paper.
We can tell.
Your hands are one color now. You know?
Yeah, I don't have.
You gotta go home with blue and green hands,
Yeah, I go home. My wife said, "What have you been doing?"
playing with the bulletin board.
All right, what we got? Come on, let's get a hard one.
I know.
Okay, well, I try to give everybody else opportunities before I start calling out, so.
I don't think we've done, okay, the buyer, page 458, number 15.
58.
The buyer has agreed to a $175,000 sales price,
Okay.
$175,000 sales price, 2.5% loan discount points.
And the 2.5 loans.
What number is that?
And
15.
not 2.5%, 2.5 loan discount points. And a 1% loan origination fee if the buyer receives a 90% loan to
Oh, you make copies,
value.
so I will write it on.
How much will the buyer owe at closing for points and the origination fee? Did
And a lot
did
going on
follow-
there. 2 or 3 steps.
Yeah, did you
All right,
follow
so
that?
what was the loan amount?
Sales
They didn't give us a loan amount,
They
did
did.
they?
They said
They gave us a
sales
percentage. So that's the first thing we gotta do is come up with the loan amount. Because discount points and origination fee, wasn't that the other one? Origination fee? Those are figured from the loan amount, not the sales price. So we've got to take our sales price, and what kind of loan was it?
458.
Well,
It didn't say, but it's 90% of the loan
90%,
value.
okay. That's the
A
loan, that's our
convention.
LTV right there. 90% loan to value. They gave us sales price of what?
175,000.
175,000. That's the first one we're gonna deal with. And a 90% loan, so we're gonna multiply the sales price times 0.9, and that'll give us the amount of the loan. And how much is that?
157, 500.
157, 500 you said? Okay? That's our loan amount. That's where we actually start the problem.
Okay.
But we had to get there, so there, one step we went through. Now we got this one. What do we got to figure now?
They give us a loan discount, 2.5 loan discount points.
Okay, 2.5% discount, and that's going to be written as 0.025.
20.
But they also gave the,
Now everyone, that's 2%. So we moved it over 2 places, 1, 2. Isn't that right?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so we know this is the number we're dealing with for our discount points. What is our other number we're going to work with?
It says a 1%.
The loan amount, yes, the loan amount. Now, our loan amount, where's it going to go?
The base.
That's our base now. So that's one of the things on these T4s. Sometimes you jump here and you jump here and then you're here, but you're moving. What you got here as the results will be what you have as a base on the next one. So we got 157, 500 times that. And how much is that?
But it says 2.5% loan discount points and 1% loan.
Yeah, we got
origination.
another step. So
Oh,
there's one
that's
step.
another
Now we're in a
step, okay.
second step. And we
So
gotta get this
multiply
number
that.
first. We gotta get this number.
That's 3,800.
3,812, what you said?
Yeah.
$3,812.50. That is our discount points.
Discount.
Okay.
Discount points. We had another one called origination fee, and it was how much?
1%.
1%. We can just work in the same formula. We got, that'll be 0.01 times this one. How much is that? Is that right?
1,575.
1,575, because that's 1% of that. You just have to knock off a zero. All right, so add these two together.
5,512.
$5,112.
No, 5,512.
512 and 50 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta put the
Yeah, we gotta bring that down. That should be, let's see, we did 1, 2, 3, 4 steps to get to the total amount.
It didn't give us that.
5,500. 5,000.
Yes, it'll see.
C.
See?
C, always has a C.
See?
C.
5,512.50.
5,512.50. Now, that would have been A, B, C, D, 5,512. You got 38, 12, 50. You got 1575. And over here, do we have anything else? Make up a number, $932. That's how your test is gonna look.
1575 was still there.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
So you added the 38,1250 plus the 1575?
Yes, because you had two that you figured from your loan. Your origination fees, all origination fee, discount points, all come from the loan. So we had to first figure our loan. We had a sales price of $175, got a 90% loan on it. So that's what our loan was. That's where we had to, that's the first number, because I bet some of these answers figured it off of this number.
I think what's throwing me, Steve, I'm not getting 5512. When I add the 3812.5 plus the 1575, I'm getting 5387.5.
Well, somebody, I didn't add it.
So that's what's making me think we did something, we off somewhere.
2 plus 5, yeah, I can see that's all right. 2 plus 5 should be 7.
812.
So it's 5387.50, and that's not an option on here.
15.
I got 50 here, so that's right. 2 plus 5 is 7, 7 plus 8,
So what you
8
got?
5, 13,
5387, but that's not an option, so we did something wrong.
5,387.
We did something
Is that
wrong.
one of the answers?
No.
no.
Oh, no.
See, and when they did the answer in the book, they took, what threw me, they did the 2.5 loan discount points
Okay.
plus the 1 point origination fee and got 3.5. So on the T, they put the 157,500 times the 3.5%.
We could have done it that way.
That kind of threw me when
We did separate. We figured the discount point and then we figured the
Loan origination.
loan origination fee
Right there.
of 1%.
It's
We
the
could-
C is the answer though.
Yeah, C is the answer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we just trying to see how many.
Yeah, we could have skipped a step and combined those two.
Oh, don't skip a step for me.
Well, why I didn't?
No, okay.
Let's see what,
Right, C is the
Tamara
answer,
saying.
but those numbers not coming out. It's not coming out
It's
to C.
3,812.50.
Cause it's saying that the 5512.50 should be our answer, so where did we get off
So
at?
they just did 2.5 loan discount points plus the one.
Yeah, plus the
To make it
one.
3.5. And then they took the 157,500 and multiplied that times
The
3.5.
90
So
times
let's make that one go away.
What you got?
And those are the two numbers we'd be dealing with.
That's what I
Add
got.
those together, we got
So what I'm doing?
0.035.
And that should give you,
And we can multiply the 0.035 times the 157, and that should be the answer in the book. That's right? Okay. That was how many steps? 4?
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, I'm going to tell you something about the test. In fact, we have one of these tests, I think this is the test you've got there. The very first problem would take you 15 minutes to work it. It's designed that way to frustrate you. It is. It's designed to frustrate you, get you behind the curve. So now you're saying, oh no, I don't know this stuff as well as I thought I did. Skip it. If a problem jumps up with you like that and you say, oh my goodness, that's going to take 4 steps and take me 15 minutes to work, bookmark it. Leave it alone. Don't get yourself frustrated. Because if you do, they got you.
Get your confidence.
Yeah, they'll slap your confidence down and you say, oh, I thought I knew this stuff. Skip that one, and you go to the next one, and it's a simple one of LTV, 80% and 100, that's all you have for the problem. You just, boom, you knock that one out in 15 seconds. Now your confidence is okay. I don't even have to have that first one, because I'm going to get all the rest of them right. You work 2 or 3 more, and you're feeling good. And you keep working and working, and you got another one down there. So, no, bookmark it, leave it alone, move on. You're going to get through the test, and you're going to have some time left. You should have some time left if you bookmark the ones that are giving you trouble. Because if you just do the test and work every one of them, you may not have time at the bottom, because the very first one cost you 15 minutes. And you still weren't sure if it was right. Don't let them get you. That's the way this test is designed. You're supposed to fail 70% of the people.
I'm like, what?
No, but they know how to get under your skin. And that's how they do it. They do it with one like this, that you get all and you say, oh my goodness, that's just too much. So don't. Let that one go. Work them that you put, I call it putting money in the bank. Go ahead, I know that one, put it in the bank. I got that one, boom, boom, boom. Ooh, bookmark, and keep moving. Keep your rhythm up, because it's a mind game. This is what's called a high stakes test. You got a whole lot riding on this test. Either you pass it and you get a license, or you don't pass it and you don't get a license. That's called a high stakes test. And like I said earlier, they've got PhD statistic people writing these questions. So they know how to get under your skin. So just know what you know the T formula now. You know how it works. Don't let them get under your skin. I know this one works this way, made over paid. I know how that works. I know the little number's going up here, the big number's going here, and there's going to be a percentage over here. Let me work that one. And get those. And get your confidence up. Boy, I got off on a little sidetrack there. It's okay. It's okay. That's okay. There's a whole lot going on there.
I'm all right.
That's what y'all doing now. Y'all coming up with the hard ones.
Those are the ones that's in the back of the book, the practice. Those are the ones that you went through the whole book and now it's saying, I'm going to give you these. That's what these are. Those are the ones I went to, and I just started highlighting as I went along, and I got stuck. So God, I got to figure this out, so. But they
You
do.
feel better
I
tonight
do,
now?
I feel better than now because like they combine a lot of the steps where you break it out. See, and I'm one of those people, you have to break it out. And on some of them I have to write, this is for the loan amount, this is for that.
Oh, yeah.
And-
That's fine.
And it works for me. I
Yes.
can remember what to keep up with.
Right.
But when I don't write that, I don't remember what number to take to put.
I feel you, girl.
Draw pictures. You've seen me several times draw pictures.
Yeah.
Because that's how everything, we don't think, our brains don't think words. They think pictures. So work with a picture that you got in your head, okay. I see how that works.
Well, draw this one
All
then,
right.
since you want a picture.
Since I want to see my artistic ability.
Yeah, since you in an artsy mood. A warehouse is 80 feet wide.
Okay,
And this is page 459, number 24.
80 feet
80
wide.
feet wide, 120 feet long. A ceiling of 14 feet high.
Oh, we got a cubic.
And if 1,200 square feet of floor surface has been partitioned off, floor to ceiling, for an office, how many cubic feet of space will be left in the warehouse? So they talked about the partition in the office to get you sidetracked on
No, that's gonna be part of our problem.
the partition part?
Yeah, because that's what they're asking for. You gotta figure that and then take that away from the other.
To see how many cubic feet of space will be left in the warehouse.
Okay?
Okay.
So, does 14 feet, that's the whole warehouse?
It said 14 feet high.
The whole warehouse, 14, okay? So, how are we gonna, to do cubes, what are we gonna do? We're gonna multiply this one times this one times this one. What is that?
So you said 80 times 120 times 14?
Mm-hmm.
That's 134,400.
Cubic, cubic,
I think
that's a cubic feet.
It's just feet, right? It's just feet. It's, feet.
But if you add some the vertical, then it's
Oh.
converted to cubic.
All right, so this is the cubic feet in the whole warehouse.
Okay.
Now, they petitioned off part of it.
Yeah, they
How much
said
was that?
they petitioned 1,200 square feet.
Okay, so we got 1,200 square feet.
So you gonna,
We gotta come up with a square footage over here first. This times this is how much?
80 times the 120,
Uh-huh,
9,600.
9,600 square feet, width times height. I mean, width times depth. We got that? 9,600 square feet of the floor space. This is cubic space. So what have we got to do now? We've got to figure, what were they asking for the warehouse cubic foot left over? Okay, so we need to do what here? We need to take the 1,400, I mean,
For the 14 feet.
times the 96. And that'll give us the cubic feet of the office part.
97,120.
How much? 90,
97,120.
97,120.
So you gonna subtract.
Now, wait a minute. Yeah, this is, well, I had another number here a minute ago. What did I do with it?
That's the only number you had right there.
Oh, we
Then you
had
put the
another
96
number.
9,600
And you said-
square.
Well, it was 1,200 or 12,000 or?
It's 1,200.
1,200,
yeah,
okay.
square feet.
So our office is 1,200 square feet. Okay. Where
And that-
do we do with that? We, square foot of the whole thing is here. That's 9,600.
It's 1,200.
There we go. That's what I should.
You subtract 1,200 from it.
1,200 ran out there.
So subtract the
1,200
from
for our office. So how much we got?
So 8.
8,400.
All right, so now we've got 8,400 square feet on the floor in the warehouse.
So you still need your vertical.
We gotta go up now 14 feet on that number. See, I'll get it.
8,400 times 14.
117,600.
117,600. We good? Is that the right answer?
Yeah.
Hope so.
A.
That 1,200, I heard it, but it ran away for a minute. But see, that's how easy it is to just let one of the numbers drop out.
Right.
And then go back and think about it a minute. Okay, I got this much, that's my total cubic feet, and then we took out a little bit for the office. Yeah, that looks good enough. That's close enough for me to check myself and think, that's right.
Yeah, I got to build my confidence
For
up.
one more.
Look at that, you're looking at the clock. Yeah.
No, I was looking to see how much time we had, how many more partners we could do.
I used to have a clock over here. All of us were looking up at it, they kept looking up at the clock.
So one more, two more.
Yeah, we got as many as y'all want to do. I'm here for you. If y'all want to stay till midnight.
No.
Cut it out, Stephen.
My husband sent a search party for me to keep
Yeah.
me till midnight.
I'm not on my clock. I'm on your clock.
Yeah.
I'm here to help you.
I say one or two more. My brain tired now.
Well, see, this one, it does the same thing.
Terry, you wanna give you one?
You got one highlight? You got one?
I don't think,
I got a highlight. Okay. What is the total cost of paving a driveway?
Okay.
Number 7 on page 457. It is 15 feet wide, 40 feet long, and 4 inches thick. If the concrete to be used costs $60 per cubic yard, and labor costs is $1.25 per square foot.
That's 15 steps right there.
That's a
number
that's a
7.
mouthful.
And
Well, we got a volume problem
yeah.
that we gotta deal with this little number too. It's not gonna be cubic feet if we multiply by 4.
Inches. Cubic inches.
And we gotta convert this to a foot.
The
As a
4 inches
decimal.
thick.
So 4/12 would be what kind of decimal?
From 12?
4/12. That would be 4 divided by 12. That's what we got to deal with.
6/3?
1/3.
Oh, well, never mind.
1/3.
1/3.
1/3. That's still not a decimal.
That's 0.3?
0.3.
So we gotta have 0.33 and probably another 3.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That'd probably be enough. This is probably one that's, it may have said round. Because if you got an extended decimal like that, you're probably gonna, well, then we're gonna get a number that's probably exact. That's good. Good. All right, so now
So,
we
wait a
got,
minute, Steve, so anytime we have anything with a thickness or a thinness, we always do it by 12?
well, we're dealing with cubic feet.
Right.
So we gotta convert 4 inches to a foot.
Gotcha.
You just gotta make sure everything's in the same measurement.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're not saying 15 inches,
15
Right.
you're
feet,
saying
Wide.
15 feet.
40
So you
feet.
gotta make those inches feet,
And
so
do-
that it's all this, everything's using the
It's feet.
same measurement.
Formula. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so we've fixed that one now.
Okay.
Okay, so now we can figure out how many cubic feet of concrete we have.
Okay.
That's this one, times this one, times this one. So how much is that?
199.8.
100,
199.
199.8.
Oh, you must use out three of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What you just multiply?
She multiplied 15.
15 by 40 by.
0.333.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you got 199.8. All right, what we gotta have to do with that number? Width, this is a square foot. And what is it asking us for?
So it's 199.8. Okay.
So, multiple?
Well, we got, earlier we had carpet we were dealing with. Carpet is sold by the square foot, square yard. Concrete is sold by the cubic yard. So let's go back to our square footage, our square yards. How many feet was that?
Good question.
3 times 3, 9.
9, sorry.
We got 3, and on this side we got 3.
9.
So that's 9, and then we're going up
That's 3.
3. So how much is that?
12.
27.
Oh, we
27.
multiplying.
So we've got 27 cubic feet in a cubic yard. Y'all with me?
Not really, but I'm gonna.
Not
give you
really?
some.
All right, well,
I hear you.
we got confused on the cubes earlier, on the carpet.
Yeah.
And that was square footage, but it was still yard. Concrete's figured the same way. It's, instead of being a flat, like carpet, it's deeper. So it's, a cubic yard is gonna be like this, by this, and about that tall. 3 feet, 3 feet, 3 feet.
Okay.
So that's 3 times 3 times 3, 27
Right.
cubic feet. Now, cubic feet, 27 cubic feet in a
3 for everyone. Okay.
cubic yard. Wait.
You having a brain fart and no Red Bull.
So we got 27
Cubic feet.
cubic feet. Okay, I guess that's how you do that. All right, so 27 cubic feet is what we've got. It cost $60 per cubic yard. Uh-oh, what are we gonna do there?
The
Now we got
feet
27
to
cubic
the
feet.
yard.
27 cubic feet,
Time the money.
and it's $60 a cubic yard.
So we have to make the
there's-
feet a yard.
Well, that's surely they didn't make it that easy where that is one, because a cubic yard is what they're asking. That's $60 for a cubic yard, and that's a cubic yard. 27 cubic feet equals a cubic yard. Right? I know it's late for y'all too, but y'all help me out here now.
That's what I'm
You sitting there,
I'm looking at the, looking at the options,
Uh-oh.
and I don't see any.
The way I'm seeing
Did you
that
work
is,
it?
they made it easy
I
on
was going
us.
by the example, when they
So we're-
divided 199.8.
We had 199.8 square
27.
feet.
Divided,
Yeah,
what you say?
By the
What's that?
27.
no, wait a minute, that wasn't square feet. That's not square feet, that's
Cubic feet.
That's cubic feet there. There we go. Because we multiplied this width on thick.
Make that cubic feet.
Yeah, then that should give us, because we did 3, so it'd be cubic. 199.8 cubic feet.
Okay.
That, there is 27 cubic feet in 1 yard, 1
Right.
cubic yard.
Okay.
Now we're getting there. So we've got this number that's going to divide into this number,
Okay,
right?
right. It's gonna be 7.4 cubic yards.
Yeah.
That sounds good. 7.4 cubic yards. That's $60 a yard. So that's 60 times that,
444.
$444. And then we had square foot. This is just like our carpet example, just like it, except we're dealing with concrete instead of carpet, and it's cubic instead of just square. But we gotta come back and get the square foot for the labor. Over here, width times depth is gonna give us square yards. So 15 times 40 is how much?
600.
600 times the $1.25 is how much?
750.
$750. That's gonna come back over here and add on to that. And we got $1,194.
So the rule is, remember, apples for apples.
Yes,
That's
yes,
what's going on. Remember, everything has to be alike in order
yes.
to work it. Okay.
Square yards, square feet, cubic feet. And here they gave us, on our carpet, we didn't have this is depth. On our carpet, we didn't have depth. On the fence that we did around the
The
yard,
wasn't there.
we didn't have depth. We were dealing
With the
square feet this way and then linear feet. Here, this is just like the carpet, except we got a thickness. And then we had to convert the thickness because concrete is sold by the cubic yard. Was that one of the answers?
This is, yes.
You got that right.
Good thing. I'd hate to have to work that one again.
Then it came to work when you first come in, you fresh.
Then y'all putting up your stuff, y'all ready to quit?
Can't do no more.
Then Pam saying, I've had enough of this.
Done, Steve.
Get out of here.
You
Guys,
appreciate
thanks
you
for
said we
being
like
here.
punishment, I beg to differ.
All right, Thursday night, we're gonna do law.
Okay.
No?
You wanna come in 5 o'clock instead of 5:30 again?
Whatever you
Yeah, that
say.
works.
Yeah.
5 o'clock.
I just got to beat the track.
Okay.
I get here.
So 5 o'clock, Thursday night, we'll review law.
Okay.
And that'll give us 4 review sessions. We had vocabulary, test, math, and then law. Those are our 4 pieces.